Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Road to Tape film crew, welcome to another episode, another edition of Road to Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I'm your host, Manager Marty. We are in for a good show today. Of course, this is going to be one of those lives where somewhere down the line, very, very shortly, we're going to go right in on them today. We're going to have that segment that I created 2 years ago called Nip It in the Bud. Yes, it is a play on words. And of course, the word bud, there is a double entendre for that word. And I am referring to Terrence Crawford in the buildup and promotion of his fight literally around the corner against Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo Alvarez fans, you're more than welcome to join the platform today. If you're a neutral boxing fan and you want to join the platform today, you can join the platform today. You're welcome. But of course, if you are a Terrence Crawford fan, you are more welcome to click the link and join the show today. Of course, we're going to have to talk about this because Terrence Crawford has a legitimate chance of winning this fight. I just want to know, does Terrence Crawford have an easier time winning this fight and basically doing what Bomac, his trainer, said he would do, which is dominate and destroy Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez has the same style of Errol Spence? I mean, this is word on the street. So I want us to all to talk about it. Even if you're not a Terrence Crawford fan, even if you're not a Canelo Alvarez fan and you're just a fan of the sport of boxing, you can also click the link and we're going to talk about it. Is this an easier fight for Terrence Crawford? Because perhaps Canelo Alvarez have the same style as Errol Spence. And we know what took place 2 years ago when Terrence Crawford dominated Errol Spence. So we're going to talk about that today. But before we get to that, I want to tell you a brief story. Very brief story. Because there are a lot of father and son dynamics in the sport of boxing. We can go down the list, right? Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. and his dad, Brian Norman Jr. and his dad, Devin Haney and his dad, Floyd Mayweather and his dad, Sugar Shane Sr. and his dad, Teofimo Lopez and his dad, Jose and David Benavidez and their dad. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Floyd Kid Austin Schofield the third and his dad. And so it brings me up to a story. And I want to tell this very brief story as the viewership is increasing exponentially. Very brief story. And then we're going to get into Canelo Alvarez having the same fighting style as Errol Spence, which will then make this fight easier for Terrence Crawford to dominate Canelo. But let me get to the story real quick. Dad takes his son to the playground. And the mother of the son, we're going to call her mom, we're going to call her mom, she's there as well. And so are their other children at the playground. Dad is watching over son. Son is having fun, running around in the playground, while mom is tending to the other children. Son having so much fun, he falls on the ground. But he extends his hands to break his fall so that he won't hit his face on the ground. So the son falls on the ground because he's running around playing, having a good time, having fun at the playground, like 3 and 4-year-old kids do. Son falls on the ground. Mom notices that her son fell on the ground. Mom realizes that her son is crying. Mom tries to run to her son to console and comfort her son because she notices that her son appears to be hurt and he's crying. Mom goes to run over there to tend to son, and dad stops mom right in her tracks. Dad tells mom, I got this. I'm going to make sure he's all right. Mom has an attitude with dad because it's her baby too. And she want to run over there and pick up her baby because she see her baby appears to be hurt and her baby is crying. But dad steps in and stop mom and say, Mom, it's cool. Everything's going to be all right. He's okay. I got him. Son still on the ground, crying, his eyes out. And dad kneels down at eye level with son. Dad tells son, get up off the ground, son. And the son listens to his dad. And he actually adheres to the instruction of his dad. Son gets up off the ground, but he's still crying. This is not a regular cry. This one of them cries where it's not just, this one of them, I'm laughing because it's a good story. It's real. It's a true story. But you know when you hurting in the inside, that cry when you go, it was one of them cries. So the son gets up off the ground. Dad looks at son Dad asked the son, "Are you okay, son?" And the son saying, he's still crying. So dad consoles the son and he tells his son, "Just calm down, son. I want to know where it hurts, but I can't find out how to help you so I can help you relieve your hurt if you're not telling me where it hurts. It's okay to cry, son. It's all right. But if you hurt, I need to know where you hurt at." So dad tells son after that, "Let me see your hands." And the son, he's still still crying. He extends his palms to dad. Dad asks the son, "Does your hands hurt?" Son says, "No, no." Dad tells son, "Okay, wipe off your hands. Dust your hands off." Son dusts off his hands. Dad asks the son, "Look down at your knees. Is your knees hurting?" Son says, "No, no." "Is your legs hurting?" "No, no." "Is your arms hurting?" "No, no." "Are your feet hurting?" "No, no." "Well, since your knees are not hurting, son, dust off your knees." So the son dusts off his knee, and the dad says to son, he says, "Son, if you're hurting, tell dad where you're hurting so I can help you. Because mom and dad are going to take you back home so that we can play doctor with you and make sure that you're not hurt. Because if you hurt, mom and dad got to take care of you. And you might not be able to continue to play at the playground, but you're going to feel better when mom and dad take you home." And the son tells his dad, as he's calming his cries down, "I'm not hurt. I want to play at the playground and still finish having fun." Now, mom over there with her face twisted up, she's still mad at the dad because that's her baby, right? And dad looks at his son, and dad look at this 4-year-old kid, and he say, "Son, in life, you gonna fall down, but you got to get back up. In life, you going to be hurt sometime, and you might even cry, but you got to get back up. When you get back up, son, you got to just dust yourself off. But when you go back out there to play, make sure you learn your lesson from what made you trip in the first place. And then you'll be able to play without getting hurt." And the son leaves out of his father's presence. I mean, he left dad so quickly. I mean, you almost would have forgot that he actually was just crying a few minutes ago because dad told him, "Now go play." Now, I know somebody might be asking, Manager Marty, what was the point of you giving us this long story, this long true story? What's the purpose in all this? What does this have to do with life? What does this have to do with boxing? What does this have to do with anything? I'm so glad you asked. A lot of times, fathers in boxing never stop to ask their sons how they're feeling. What did they learn from their mistakes? Never stop to allow the son to give the dad his flowers while he's still alive to smell them. Not showing the boxing community that perspective that the father and son duo doesn't always have to end in negativity and strife. Because the father and son dynamics and duos that we see in boxing today seem to be dysfunctional because the father takes more of the shine of the son, living vicariously through the son, getting more airtime and media time. And we don't hear the fathers express the fact that they are so proud of their sons publicly when they have the media and the influence in their grasp. So the reason why I told you all that true story is because I am the dad in that story. And we have a very special guest with us today who knows a little bit about boxing. And I figured I'd have him come live in living color and basically tell us what he think about this Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fights and what he thinks about Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. He know a little bit about boxing now. And it just and it just so happens to be the same son that was in my story that I just told. I'm talking about my son, my birthright son, Martell Jr., Lil Marty. What's going on, champ?
What's up, Pops? What's up, Rotate Field Crew? How everybody doing?
Before we get to Terrence Crawford and Canelo and what you think and how you think the fight's gonna play out, because you
Yeah.
know a little bit about boxing.
Yeah.
I want to show you a picture of something first. I want to see if you remember this. You probably don't remember, but if you do, I want to show you something.
Okay.
Tell me if not if you remember it when you took the picture, but do you remember seeing this picture before? I just wanted to know if you remember. If you remember seeing this one of these pictures before. Bam, there it is.
No, I remember. I seen it. I seen that a lot of times, actually. Yeah, I seen that a lot of times.
Yeah, just so you know, son, everybody in the chat is saying what's up to you. They saying hi to you, man. The people.
Okay, look, I gotta. Oh, here how you look at the chat. Oh, what's the dang? They already got the little Marty name for me. Dang.
Yeah, the people love you, son. Now I'm gonna start some controversy with you
All
because
right.
you know I'm your dad and you know how I am. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to do it just yet. Mute your phone for a minute, son.
Okay.
I don't want the feedback. But the reason why I showed you that picture is because when you was like, I want to say 3 years old, I put the gloves on you. I was teaching you how to jab, do all this stuff in boxing. You remember that?
Yeah, of course.
You remember all of that? You remember when I used to let you hit me?
Yeah,
You remember
we
that?
spar John. Yep, I remember that.
When you got older, do you remember us going and training in the boxing gym together? Do you remember that?
Yeah, we went to like two to three actual boxing gyms.
Yeah, you remember that. You remember going to a lot of boxing matches. You do remember that.
Yeah, amateur. I went to pros. We went to pros together. We went there too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So before I start, a lot of people, of course, at this point, they know your name,
Yeah.
but they might not know a little bit about your story. And I have to say this because this is as equally as important. Some people saw your face on social media because somebody else brought your situation up who didn't know nothing about the situation, your legal situation, and they criticized your dad. You don't know this. I'm just telling you live because we know we don't script nothing over here.
Yeah.
And they had some issues about the fact that I did a GoFundMe in the beginning of your situation. And the rest of the financial contributions I made on my own. A lot of people saw your face and heard about that, and it was very distasteful to a lot of people, including your dad. Just so you can set the record straight, what experience did you go through and what did you learn from it?
The experience I basically went to is do what's best. Like I always overthink things, but I feel like sometimes you have to think it to the max just so you can get that right right answer. Because I was just thinking so fast and just going off of what everybody else saying was thorough or right, but we really call it thorough, but right. So I feel like you should always think. I'm not saying overthink, but think to the max to where you got the best decision. Like he said, the story about calling your dad, that's just not for kids, that's for everybody. So I called on him for that GoFundMe. That don't matter how he get it. It just mattered that I called on him when I was locked up. I called on him when I was locked up, and he just told me, "Yo, it's gonna be cool." He just told me that, and I'm here today on this live chat with him. It don't matter how he got the money or anything. It just call on somebody that you know can help you, and that's just that. If we could speak on it, we could speak on that. That's all on that. But just think a lot. Think to the max so you can have the best answer. And also ask people too. Ask people, okay, is this the right answer? I think you should always ask people and just think to the max. You gotta get the best answer. Don't go off the easiest answer. That too. Don't go off the easiest decision. Nothing's gonna really be hard, but just go off the hardest decision. Whatever one that you don't feel comfortable with, that you know is the right one. That's all to that.
In full context, my son is officially a young man. He is 18 years old. I'm just saying that so people won't think that you're a 14-year-old kid
Yeah,
just up here, right?
yeah.
M- My son is 18 years old, so he's a young man, and I've raised him from birth all the way to now. You said the words. I wasn't going to speak on it, but you said it. You used the terms locked up. You were down. You took a little L just for a few months. Your dad came in and took care of that situation with you. But what would you have to say to the young people who made a mistake or hung with the wrong crowd, or like you said, you try to do things that was thorough when you know that that's not how your dad raised you, and you made a bad decision? What message do you have for a young person that might be watching this live or the replay of this live when they in the situation of being peer pressured, or they're in the situation where they just want to be thorough, or they want to follow what they think is thorough that
Right.
might actually get them in trouble? What message would you have for them?
I would just say keep watching this live. You watching the live, you're not watching nothing crazy, you're watching something positive. So that's where it was for me. It's like, and a lot, I'm not trying to speak for no young person, but I'm still young and I'm around young. So I know what it is. It's basically we get blinded. You can never know good if you never was around good. So mostly we just around bad all the time. You gotta see and just be around positivity and just follow that. So we on this is positive. Follow this. Follow whatever make you happy. That's positive. That's the message. Just you have to stay. Because you can be blinded a lot. I'm blinded a lot. So if you see, you have to be on that good side basically to know what's good. So I just say do more good to people, do more good for yourself, and just do more good. And then you'll see which one's better. You're gonna be like, all right, y'all would rather be here than here. No matter how hard it is to get to one of them spots, you need to know which one's better. So you just have to not be blinded. That's the main thing out here, just knowing good. So just stay positive, stay doing good stuff, and stay watching good stuff. That's the key to it. And you'll see, you're gonna see, okay, this is way better than that. And it's just gonna be that simple. It's seeing that.
Now, a lot of people, of course, they look at the fact that I'm entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of antics on YouTube. Obviously, my business and what I do in boxing, and who I am in boxing. You personally know that. But on a more serious level, if there was something that you learned from your dad, and I've been around in your life all your life, most people don't have the privilege of having their dad in their
Mm-hmm.
lives. Like my story. I didn't. What's something that you can actually say, I learned that from my dad? What's one principle? Because we talk about manhood, we talk about integrity, we talk about principles that I have taught you. Name one thing that you've learned from your dad, if you can think of one thing.
You know what? I can go recent. I can go 2 days ago. This is what I learned, and I'm gonna say the prime example before I even say it, so that you can understand what I'm saying more. He was just saying of how he likes doing entertainment and how he's this and that. If you, my dad told me, if you want something, go get it. It's just simple as that. If you want something, go get it. He's doing entertainment. That's what he want to do. If you want it, go get it. And that's it. Go get it if you want it. That was one of the best things that helped me 2 days ago. I was actually just laying down and I needed something. I called my dad. He said, "Go." Matter of fact, he called me and said, "Go get it." And I only went to get it that day because of that call. So sometimes you just need the extra push. If you got a father, and just contact him. Go get it. That's all. If you want it, go get it.
We're gonna put a pin in that. Go get it, because Terrence Crawford gonna have to go get it against Canelo,
He have to.
and just like um Javante Tank Davis, even though that's an exhibition, he gonna have to go get it against Jake Paul. Devin Haney He's going to have to go get it against Brian Norman Jr. We're going to talk about that in 1 second. I got one more question for you, and I promise you we're going to get into some boxing. Do you remember when you were down? You were down. I helped you in that situation. We brought you back home. We was fighting your case for a long time. Got it done. I reached out to Danny Garcia. You know who Danny Garcia is.
Yes.
He had some encouraging words for you at the time you were going through your situation, and we were fighting your case months and months and months and months on end. And your dad made sure it happened. Do you remember what message that Danny Garcia gave you personally
I
on
don't
the
want to.
strength of your dad?
I don't want to sit here and act like I remember word for word, but I remember what I need to remember. And he said a lot of things, but all them things meant one thing. It really meant get up. If you're going to fall, but get up. Basically saying, all right, the ref give you 10 seconds to get up. The only way when you get hit with a crazy punch and you don't even get a chance, and the ref do this off rip is and technically speaking, it's if you die. But as long as you're living, you're all and you fall, that's just you getting hit with a good knockdown. You get 10 seconds. You it's how you get up. It's not really how you fall. And I know you hear that a lot, but people want to know how to get up. So I think you just gotta have to get up when them 10 seconds is called.
This is the roller tape show. You know that. I'm going to play a little excerpt of what Danny Garcia actually said. I know you heard it,
Okay.
but the audience may not know what we're talking about. And then I want your take on Terrence Crawford, Canelo, and the rest. This is what Danny Garcia said directly to you when I asked him to send you a message. As me and him was spending some time at an amateur boxing show around that time a couple years ago when you had that situation. This is Danny Garcia talking to you. Well, can you just send my son a little message to keep his head up, to stay in boxing, and hopefully tomorrow we beat our case tomorrow?
Yeah, first of all, good luck on that case. Nobody. The one thing you don't want to wish on people is death or prison. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's the worst thing you can ever wish on somebody. So, I pray that everything goes well in this trial. And as far as the boxing thing, do what you love. Do what you love. A lot of people get frustrated because they don't see they don't see the prize. They don't see the reward right away, and a lot of people give up. So what you gotta do is you gotta just grind it out. Stay militant and just chase your dreams and never give up. And that's all I can say is it's not an easy sport. Nobody likes to get hit. Yeah. But if you stay focused and listen to your coach and listen to your dad, 10 years from now you'll never regret it. So that's why I'm thankful. I'm happy I listened. That's the most important thing in this game is listening and have a good team and really believing in yourself. And if you believe and you listen, then anything's possible.
Thank you so much, Dan. I really appreciate it. That was Danny Garcia, his message directly to you. Of course, Danny Garcia, time to time, he watched the content. What do you have to say to Danny Garcia if he is watching or when he get a chance to watch this? In your last words and hearing what Danny Garcia said, I know you heard it 20 times before, but if Danny is watching, is there something that you would like to say to Danny Garcia?
I just want to say on how I agree with like that listening part. That's all it is out here. It's really listening. You'll think that to be a good boxer, you'll have to be this type of sharp and Tank Dave. You really just gotta listen. It's not even about skill at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's about listening. So I really agree on him a lot because that's where I am now. Just off listening. Listening take you far. So just listen. I agree. Deeply.
All right. All right. I said I was gonna be controversial.
Okay.
Last time you was on the phone, I had you on the speakerphone, and I said, "Say what's up to the audience." There's, the ladies in the chat. You know where your dad going with this one.
Yeah.
You said the ladies ain't. What? Run that by me again. What was you saying again?
I was basically saying there's no girls in the chat, but I was gonna let him slide. But he started saying, "Oh yeah, the girls here to see me." But even if I'm scrolling now, I still don't see any. So I don't.
They here. They here.
I will see them, Dad. I would know.
They are here. Don't get it twisted. That's how you got here. What are we talking about? That's how you got here. They here.
Okay.
That's how your brother got here. Your sisters they here. They came to see both of us. but they just didn't know you was here. But this your show. But I just wanted to joke with you a little bit because the last time I heard you say something about the girls wasn't here.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
man. They don't call me Mac Marty for nothing. That's all I'm saying. That where
Mac
you get
Marty.
it from. That's all. Just remember that. That's all I'm saying. Man, listen. I appreciate you coming up, son. I
Yes,
know this
thanks for
was
having
last
me.
minute, huh?
Thanks for having me too.
I know this was last minute. We didn't rehearse nothing. We just
Mhm.
shot off the rip. Terrence Crawford is fighting Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
You know that Terrence Crawford is moving up 2 more weight classes to fight a big guy in Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, he is unified. He got all the belts, super middleweight. He's fought all of the big names, including Floyd Mayweather. He's
Yep.
fought Caleb Plant. The list goes on. He's fought a bigger Kovalev. He's fought Arislandi Lara. I mean, Billy Joe Saunders. Canelo Alvarez fought a lot of good fighters.
Yeah.
What do you think Terrence Crawford have to do, not just to win, but to look a little bit impressive, where people can say he wasn't scared and he wasn't running from Canelo because of the aura, because of Canelo's skill set, his resume, his experience? What do you think Terrence Crawford, or what are some of the things you think Terrence Crawford going to have to do to get this win next weekend against Canelo?
I think he'll have to like not basically saying play a Shakur style, but you see how all right, this fight I think it's gonna be kind of just like Shakur and Williams Zepeda. Like Shakur, he's not a runner, but people were saying that. So he showed a
Hold on,
lot.
Marty. He be running a little bit.
But look,
He run a little bit,
that's my
man.
boy. Shakur, my boy. Like, I got to defend him to the max. But it's like people were saying that, but when he got into the fight, he had to show that he did. Do you think that he showed that he
What?
wasn't a runner?
In the Williams Zepeda fight?
Yes.
Yeah. He
Okay.
showed that.
So
Mhm.
what I'm saying is he had to show that he wasn't a runner, but at the same time he had to put some of that in there to play defense. So I think that's how Terrence can't lean on trying to bang it out with him. He can't do that the whole fight, and then he can't lean on running the whole fight. So I think it has to be a combination of both because Canelo everybody know he's gonna keep coming. I don't agree with that Errol Spence. I don't agree with that they have the same fight. I don't agree with that at all.
Well, what's that in particular? What's that?
Errol Spence and Canelo, I'm hearing they got the same fight style. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
So you saying that Canelo is going to keep pressing, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming?
That's expected. We can come would do something different, but if we think about it, that's what everybody think he's gonna do, even Terrence himself. So he'll be surprised if he won't come keep pressing. So I think Terrence has to do both, a combination of defense and a combination of banging it out with him. He can't bang it out with him the whole 12 rounds. It's not gonna work. I think Canelo gonna get that dub if he do it like that. So he has to put both of combinations into one to dominate.
Do you think that Terrence Crawford can box Canelo? You said don't bang it out with him, so that means the opposite of that. You know already is he had to box him. Do you think he has to box Canelo to get the win? Like box him, like jab stuff I
Yeah.
taught you: jab, slip,
Yep.
uppercut, come onto the body, come up when you finish the uppercut, hook, right? I mean things of that nature. Do you think that Terrence Crawford had to do that?
I think he
Or
has to set the tone. He has to start the fight off like that, and then go and try to bang it out when he then come back. So you got to confuse Canelo because he won't stop. So I think that's how Terrence gonna have to play this fight.
you know what's crazy about that? You and I never had a conversation. Tell the people this is real. We
Oh yeah,
never had
yeah.
right?
Yep. I just found out I had to get on this morning.
The reason why I'm saying that is because I was on Jab Queen Boxing's platform, and I think she's here right now the other day, and I said that Terrence Crawford is going to have to start off fast. He has to be first from round one all the way up, and he is going to have to try to basically establish himself against Canelo early on. And it's
Yeah.
funny how you literally just
He can't wait. That boy Canelo, he can't wait because Canelo gonna come.
one more fight: Jake Paul, Tank Davis.
Oh man.
I know it's an exhibition.
Yeah.
What you think?
As far as like outside the fight, I think I'm hearing a lot of people saying like Tank want to take on this fight to get a lot of money to stop boxing. I think this I don't knock Tank at all for this decision because it's like I feel as if Tank proved everything he had to. It's just like if people gonna get mad, they're gonna get mad because they ain't gonna see one of their favorite fighters fight anymore. So I think for the money, this Tank did his thing on that. Just like with Mike, he did his thing on that. That's what I feel as. Now, who gonna win that fight? I don't know. I can't see my boy Tank go out. I wouldn't like Jake because he out here beating everybody up and Tank. But I need Tank to win this. But as far as skill for skill, I don't. Jake not gonna stand it with Tank. It's just he don't have the skill. He haven't even been in there with people that has that much skill. Mike had the skill, but Mike is old. So a 31-year-old Tank doing what he doing, Jake can't stop that. So, and I think with him being bigger, he'll get hit with something more cleaner.
Who gets
too confident? Jake, because Jake gonna be too confident on that overhand, and you know how Tank slipped them overhand. So I think that's and just like that.
Now you said Tank is your bull, right?
Yep.
You also said Shakur is your bull. I'm gonna leave you with this.
Okay.
I know you. It sounds like you're ready, and you know where I'm going.
Yep.
Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. Who? Both of them your bulls. Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. Who you got winning that fight?
Shakur. Tank, I love Tank so much, but Shakur, it's like, come on, Dad, skills pay the bills, and it's like, we seen what in that Williams Zepeda fight, we seen what Shakur could do. We seen what he could do if he want to stand in there with Tank. I think he could stand in there with Tank.
And let me tell you something, son. Tank Davis ain't no Williams Zepeda, and even you know that.
He not.
And guess what? If Shakur stand in the pocket like he did with Zepeda, when Tank hit him, he gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna wake him up and tell him to call you.
but this Tank has a lot of defense. It's like Tank offense is so good that people don't really know how good his defense is. Do you think that his defense is enough to sustain Shakur's speed, like throughout the whole 12 rounds?
I mean, Tank do got some sneaky defense, and he has a lot of skill in defense that a lot of people that don't know boxing will give him credit for even noticing. I agree with you on that. I do think he's going to get hit. He's going to get hit a lot more than what people expect him to, because Shakur is a very skilled fighter. But at the end of the day, Shakur don't let his hands go. Like now, if he lets his hands go, like Santa Cruz did, when he kept banging Tank, hitting Tank. But the thing is, I think Tank is faster than what people give him credit for.
Yes.
His hands is faster than what people give him credit for. And I think that if Shakur let his hands go, right in between those shots is where Tank's speed is going to match up with his power. And I think he might clip Shakur, but I got Tank winning that fight. It's going to be a dog fight. I mean, don't get it twisted. It's going to be a good fight, but if they do fight, I got Tank winning that.
Yeah, I think Tank going to have to make this big adjustment. And this is how he starts most of his fights, like with his record. Like he'll be down on the scorecard. Shakur, he's not, I'm not going to say he's Floyd, but you can't do that with a Shakur type fighter, because once he 2-3 rounds up on the scorecard, it's going to keep going. It's going to be hard for you to get back unless you knock him out. So Tank can't use that strategy for Shakur, because if you let him get that advantage, this textbook, he gonna keep going off that. So I think if that fight happens, Tank cannot go in there with that game plan. He has to, just like Terrence, he got to go in there and go. I think that's how that goes. But be smart about it too. So I think that's how that fight should go.
Man, listen, that was really, really good. I appreciate you coming on. I know it was last minute, son. I really appreciate your time.
Anytime, Dad.
And I'm gonna bring you on sometime, probably in a few days or next week. Okay. I think the people really know that you know your boxing, and I didn't script you. I didn't, tell you what to say. You know boxing. You've been in boxing since you were born. And so for you to give your perspective, that makes a lot of sense to me, whether people agree with it or not. You deserve to come back on, not just because you're my son, but because you know boxing. I appreciate your time, man. I love you.
All right, Dad. All right, roll the tape, crew.
Oh, I got another question. Hold on, one more.
Okay.
This is I gotta ask you this. This is important. So on the flip side of the coin, you watched some of my content, of course, and also you read some of the comments.
Yeah, they be trying to grab my dad up, boy. They be going crazy.
From a perspective of a son, reading words and hearing words like you've heard certain people say things, about me. You've seen it in the comments section and things of that nature. As a son, and you know me personally, how does that make you feel when you read those type of words of insults, or you might hear somebody who's a celebrity or famous push back or come at your dad or insult me? I mean, do you have any feelings over that? I'm just curious. What's your feelings on that as a son?
I mean, it's a couple. It's a couple. And saying that is good and bad. Not fully. Oh, they talk about my dad. No, it's not that, because of the knowledge that I have about my dad. Like, when you know something about somebody and somebody try to put a fake narrative out there, you're gonna be like, oh, we know they lying. But that's the good part about it. The bad part about it is, dang, they saying this, and I know my dad better than this. That's the bad part. And then the other good part is just bad or good comment. We need that. You feel me? We need them comments. That bad or good is still needed. So that's the three. It's all in one. So I'm just grateful that it's not fully bad. I'm just grateful that I do know my dad, so I could be like, no, this is not true, and that's not true. And so that's the good part about it. So I'm glad there is a good part. Grateful, like I said, but the bad part is just come on, y'all. Like, just if you're gonna say something, I like truth. So if you're gonna say the truth, it's gonna be okay. They grinding my dad up. They kept it a buck right there. That's all it is. I just like truth. That's all. So it's good and bad to it. Grateful to be a good. And that's how I feel about that.
Man, I love you, son. I appreciate you coming up
Yeah.
anytime. I'm gonna have you come back up on here, and you know, just know that whenever you see the ladies in my chat, they're here for your dad, man.
I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
I almost turned my camera off at half of the session because I knew they was looking at your boy like.
Who looking at you?
Yeah, I knew they was looking at your boy like, yeah. I almost had to turn my camera off. I'm like, let me turn the camera off real quick.
Whose son is you? You sound just like your dad, man. Hey, man, I love you, man. Thank you for coming up again, man.
All right, Dad.
All right, young man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bro, the tape.
Man, that was my son, man. I just thinking about him this morning. And I just called him and said, son, I want you to jump on the channel this morning, man. He didn't even know what I was going to ask him. But I thank God for my son. And I'm glad. I'm grateful. I have two sons, by the way. We'll try to get my oldest son on here. He is, I didn't raise him in boxing because his love was football, football, football. So I had my hands on that with my oldest son, football. But with my youngest son, little Marty, it was a combination of boxing, basketball, and football. But first, of course, boxing. You know, my kids already know, even my daughters, they know it's three things we watching on TV when y'all with your dad: cartoons, kid movies, and boxing. That's it. But I just wanted to bring my son on because he loves boxing and he knows boxing, and I just wanted to bring a different perspective to the show that other content creators don't do. I always think about fresh bread and giving y'all something fresh and something authentic. You know what I mean? But you know what I always say: enough with the hugs, handshakes, and Valentine's Day cards. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Anybody can come on up. Anybody. We got time today, particularly Terrence Crawford fans, but we know yesterday Terrence Crawford fans did not come up. But I'm inviting anyone to come up because, yes, it is this segment, episode number 21 of Nip It in the Bud. Now, people have said that Canelo and Spence have the same boxing style, which will make this fight winnable and even easier for Terrence Crawford to dominate Canelo Alvarez. And I must say, with Lucky McKinnell's, if he is here, he likes me saying this, and so does Creo the Traveler. You ain't gonna find this nowhere else. That's why I'm glad you're here. And speaking of Creo the Traveler, double salute to my guy, honorary mention, Creo the Traveler. Thank you for your support and contribution in the super chat. Creo says, salute, Manager Marty. This is what's up. Thank you, Creo, for your contribution, man. Always supporting the channel. Oh, and then my guy, Fort Green Pharaoh. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll to Tape film crew. My God, this is my main man, Pots and Pans. Thank you for your support, man. Fort Green Pharaoh says in the super chat, peace and blessings, manager Marvelous Marty. Glad I made it to class. Happy Labor Day, King. Man, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Peace and blessings to you too, Fort Green and your family. And you're the marvelous one. Happy Labor Day to you also, my brother. Um, Canelo Alvarez and Errol Spence having the same style. We need answers. Now, I know people have said that, Canelo walks forward to press his opponent, sort of like Errol Spence. Some people said that Canelo Alvarez get hit a lot when he keeps his head on the line, just like they said that Errol Spence get hit a lot when he keeps his head on the line. Some people say that Canelo waits too long to find an opportunity to counter his opponent. And then some people are saying similarly, Errol Spence waits too long to counter his opponent, and he waits till those opportunities present itself. We also have heard that Canelo Alvarez fade in the later rounds. In fact, we heard Bomac say that recently in an interview. He talked about how Canelo Alvarez fade between rounds 7 and 8. And that's where Canelo Alvarez will be at a disadvantage for Bud, and Bud is going to basically just take him out from there on. So I want to know, is this a situation where Terrence Crawford not only can dominate Canelo, but he can actually do him bad? And I see somebody in my live chat saying that he actually is going to do Canelo worse than Errol Spence. And the person that said that, I would love for you to click the link so that you can give us your perspective on why do you say that this fight is going to be worse than Spence, where Canelo is going to do him worse than Errol Spence. I mean, Errol Spence took a beating physically in that ring, and of course psychologically after the fight. So I want to know if you think that Canelo will be at a disadvantage when the fight continues to press on and gets later and later in the rounds, where Bud can capitalize off of that and then basically just dominate Canelo to a point where he does him worse than Errol Spence. I need that person, whoever said that. And if you believe that, you are also welcome. Click the link. I would love to hear everybody's perspective, even if you are a Canelo Alvarez fan, even if you're neutral, but you believe that Terrence Crawford will win. Even if you're neutral and you believe Terrence Crawford will lose, all perspectives are welcome here at Nip It in the Bud, episode number 21. Click the link, it's pinned to the top of the chat. Because a lot of people are saying things about Errol Spence that to me is not true. I mean, I think that Canelo Alvarez has really, really good defense. I do think Canelo's defense is totally underrated and even unacknowledged. And the thing that's going to make this an interesting fight is that Bud Crawford and Canelo are both counterpunchers. And this is why I said, same thing I just heard Lil Marty say, is that Terrence Crawford is going to have to be first. Got to be first. He's going to have to be first. Even if the punches are not 100% power punches, every single punch that he throws, because that's unrealistic. But he's got to make them count, but he's got to be first. And he's got to be fast. Now, someone said in the live chat, and I wish this person clicked the link because I think that people need to hear this perspective opposed to, people reading it in the live chat, because people that's watching the replay is live, they can't read the live chat right about now if they're just watching the replay. But the thing about it is that I'm seeing in the live chat, somebody said that Jaime Mugia got 200 punches that he landed on Canelo, which means that Terrence Crawford will have Canelo in trouble. If Jaime Mugia got away with landing 200 punches on Canelo, Canelo will be in trouble with Bud. We shall see. I don't think that they have the same style, though. That's the thing. But double salute to my guy, Poor Counter Boxing is with us. Man, I miss you, Poor Counter. Good to see you, big dog. Paul Counters just said that Canelo does have good defense, but the feet are slow. So now my question is this a situation where Canelo Alvarez could be at another disadvantage? Meaning that if he's trying to advance Terrence Crawford and his feet are slow, but Terrence Crawford has a 74-inch reach advantage, Canelo might be in trouble. Because if he's taking too long to get to the target or get close enough to the target, because Bud is keeping him at the end of the stick with that jab, he might not even get a chance to land as much as he want to on Bud Crawford. What say you? What is your perspective? It seems that this fight might be in Terrence Bud Crawford's favor, according to his fans. So that's why I want a fan of Terrence Crawford to come on up, give us your perspective. Because if Bud makes this look easy, what does this say about Canelo? And what should Canelo Alvarez do after this fight? If Bud Crawford makes this fight easy and he wins, what happens to Canelo after this? I mean, to me, in my opinion, Terrence Crawford, in my opinion, win, lose, or draw, he can retire. Obviously, this will probably most likely be the biggest money grab for him as far as earning potential, biggest payday, highest payday, and him walking around with all of the belts in the in the super middleweight division and actually accomplishing the goal of being undisputed in 3 different weight classes. Whew, that's major. If you think Canelo Alvarez will win this fight, click the link. Because now I got a question for people that think Canelo will win. I do. Because now it makes everything intriguing. First question I have is, do you think that Canelo has the same style as Errol Spence? That's first. Then I ask my other questions when you come up. This is the Nip It in the Bud segment, episode number 21. Come on up. If you think Terrence Crawford will win, come on up. Let's talk about it. How will he win? Is he really this good where he can dominate Canelo Alvarez, moving up 2 weight classes and being out of the ring for 1 year? Or can Canelo continue to do what he always does when he get in there with top level competition? Because of course, people have been questioning the resumes of both fighters, more so Terrence Crawford. So that's the dialogue I want to have today. Anyone can click the link. Because if people are saying that Canelo has the same style as Errol Spence, it's making other people say this is why not only Bud's going to win, but it's also making people say that he's going to dominate and destroy Canelo Alvarez worse than he did Errol Spence. I mean, I even heard people say that Bud Crawford is going to knock Canelo out. So these are the perspectives I want us to dive into as the viewership is increasing exponentially. I'm hearing that this fight is an actual 50-50 fight. I'm hearing that this fight is a fight that Terrence Crawford needs to secure his legacy. I'm also hearing that Canelo Alvarez may not deserve the credit if he beats Terrence Crawford because Canelo is much bigger and some people even say stronger than Bud. Anybody can come up. This is the episode where both perspectives are welcome. Terrence Crawford is going to win the fight perspective, and or Canelo Alvarez is going to win the fight perspective. This episode number 21. In episode number 20, right? Only one Terrence Crawford fan clicked that link. Some other Terrence Crawford fans were here in the live chat. Some of them didn't have the courage to do it. And some of them probably were preoccupied. But anybody can come up today. Give your perspective on this. I mean, because Terrence Crawford does have a 74-inch reach advantage. And people are telling me in the chat that Canelo has slow feet. So if his feet is that slow, according to what people are saying, most obviously they're Terrence Crawford fans. Canelo feet slow, but Crawford has a longer reach. Will Canelo get a chance to land some of those punches that he wants to land on Bud? Can Bud Crawford pull this off? I mean, we got to really dissect this fight. We got my guy, haven't seen him in a long time, my main man, Pots and Pan, Paul Counter Boxing. Salute, brother. How you?
Hey, what's going on, Marty? Long time no see, brother. I had to fall back for a minute because boxing was getting pretty bad there for a second. And take a break because you know how long I've been doing this.
Yes, sir.
Um, and then when you came along, you kind of rejuvenated the sport. You know, those of us that's been in this space for many years, you know, boxing was just blazing, you know, with the Keith Thurman, the whole welterweight division, the rise of the TBC, and then we just had a break in the action. We
Yeah,
just didn't have those fighters that had those special skills like the Floyd Mayweathers. We didn't even have the mid-range Terry Norris's, Sweet Pea. People that we grew up watching that kept
yeah,
the sport afloat. And then we just had all these different promotional wars that just kind of, we start getting into the business side, which is interesting. Don't get me wrong, it's interesting, but the regular boxing fan just want to see the action and see the fights, and it just kind of got a little stagnant. But to answer your question about can Bud beat Canelo, of course, yes, I do think he has a chance because of his amazing boxing IQ and tenacity. I think he took a whole year off. The way Crawford prepares for fights like I've seen no other fighter do, except for maybe Hagler. I put him in the mindset of Floyd Mayweather. Once he's focused, what I'm saying, on a task, he's a very dangerous dude. He's very cunning in the ring. He's not afraid of Canelo because they kind of came up during the same time, so you don't have this. He doesn't glorify Canelo, and that's going to help him a lot. And him being an egomaniac, like most fighters are, I think that's going to help him in this fight. He's going to, I don't think he has to survive. I think he's going to box. I think we're going to be surprised at times. He's going to go toe to toe with Canelo just to prove that he's not running. And that could be his downfall. But I know Crawford has a lot of pride, but he's got a lot of skill and critical thinking. His boxing IQ is off the chart, and I think that's going to help him survive in this fight, and he's going to really give Canelo a different look. I don't even think he's going to fight. He can't help but be a counterpuncher, but Canelo, I think he's like really over the years, I think he's kind of like deteriorated a lot. And I hope that what I'm saying, he's on the up and up in this fight. He don't eat none of that computer meat, what I'm saying, and he's standing up in between rounds and all kind of stuff like that. That's going to be something to look out for too, to see what Canelo look like out there, because he has a stamina problem, like Bomac was saying. He does tend to gas out in fights, but then he does have the political power with the judges too. I was talking about the judges, Marty. Some of the judges, what I'm saying, that they seem like they're employees. What I'm saying, they've judged a lot of Canelo fights. Um, One of the guys judged 8 of his fights. So it's almost like he's got like a little team. Saying when it comes to his little world, when it comes to the boxing world, Canelo seemed to kind of own everything. And so it'll be hard for Crawford to win a boxing decision. But I do believe, he can go in there and outbox Canelo. If he gets hit, he's definitely going to get hurt by Canelo. But, like Bivol was saying, Canelo loads up on one shot and he puts everything into one shot. I don't believe you could hit Terrence Crawford like that. We've seen what Spence looked like. Um, I think Canelo has faster hands than Spence. What I'm saying? He's got really quick hands, slow feet. But I think Crawford, he's seen the style that Canelo brings when he pressures you to the corner and then he try to hit you, against the ropes with those debilitating body shots. I don't think he could do that to Bud. I think Bud knows how to turn up. He's the best at pivoting when he comes close to the ropes and getting up out of there. We've seen the Sean Porter fight. He got hit by Porter, but I don't think he really feared Porter's power. So I think we're going to be surprised, that I think Crawford might even stun him with some of his power because, Crawford he makes it a point to show that he has power in the fight. If you don't hurt Canelo, he's going to stun him. He's going to sting him. What I'm saying? Because Crawford is just that kind of fighter. He's kind of like a Tommy Hearns. He's got that dog where he wants you to know that, he wants you to feel him in the ring. And I think it's going to be exciting, Marty. I think it's going to be one of the best fights that we've seen in a long time. And like Joey Diaz was saying, I don't believe what Joel Diaz was saying that Crawford can't carry that division. You know what I'm saying? Now I know this might just be a payday. I know it's going to be shocking for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? From what I'm saying, but hell, if he fight David Benavidez, man, what can we say? If he beat Canelo, and he goes on to he could go back to 154. You know what I'm saying? If he win or lose, he can retire. He has a lot of option, but I do think he could carry the division if he beats Canelo, because Canelo has just been in the way for a lot of years anyway. Um, you know what I'm saying? And we need some fresh meat up there in the super middleweight division to carry the division on to the next level. Because Canelo has ducked David Benavidez, and if Crawford took that task, he would become Superman. But I don't think he would do it. But it's just something to kind of titillate the imagination for boxing fans, though. But yeah, that's what I got on it, Marty.
Do you think that Terrence Crawford, because I've heard a lot of Terrence Crawford fans say this, do you think Terrence Crawford can knock out Canelo Alvarez?
Hell no, no, Marty, no,
Okay.
no. He can't knock him out. No. If he did, Marty, you already know I'm gonna be on here on this show talking about what you talk about. Victor. Hey,
You better
hey,
believe I will.
if he goes out there and knock out Canelo in the first or the second round, bro, I'll be like, hell no, bro. Ain't no way. What I'm saying? We ain't never see Canelo get knocked out or nothing like that. Come on, bro. And then Crawford comes around and just loom him, man. I'll be like, come on, bro. I said, I'm with Marty, bro. I'm saying, come on, man. Somebody need to call Marty and give him an exclusive.
You better believe it. So let
Mhm.
me ask you this question, right? Because you're making a lot of different points and people are listening to you, and some people are responding in the live chat. You talked about the intangibles that Terrence Crawford have. We
Mhm.
know that there is something that Terrence Crawford do not have. He do not have the experience of a Canelo Alvarez when you match up their resumes. So some people might say, well, look, man, Canelo's Alvarez resume shows you right there that any style that Terrence Crawford presenting with is not going to throw him off his game, is not going to throw him off guard, is not going to surprise him. He will be fully prepared to deal with it like he's overcome in the past. That's something that Terrence Crawford cannot say. Do you think any type of experience in this fight will play to the hands of Canelo or play
Yeah,
into the hands of Bud?
yeah, that 168 pound, he has no experience moving that weight, moving at that weight. He's not acclimated to 168. You know, he has conditioned himself to go a certain amount of rounds at 168, but once somebody, once you start feeling the power and getting hit with that power at 160, see Canelo, he already has that experience. That's I ain't talking about the overall boxing experience because I think Terrence has a better skill set, I should say. I think he has a better skill set than Canelo, but I'm talking about like being at how to pace yourself at 168, how to move around, and then got to look at Terrence Crawford boxing style. You know, what I'm saying because what I'm saying even though he don't move his head a lot, he's kind of shuffles and pivots. See Terrence, he's very very smart too. So, he don't waste a lot of energy. He's economical with the punches, so he's not going to punch himself out because he knows he's skipping, two weight divisions, right? So he understands he's going to have to pace himself. You know what I'm saying? Or he's going to have to go in there with a specific game plan. You know what I'm saying, to move that energy. But Terrence is a super athlete. I'm gonna say that he's a super athlete. So those kind of legends that go way back, they could do things that other fighters can't do. I'm talking about as far as innately understanding how to pace yourself. And that's where I think Crawford's experience is going to come in because he's going to understand that he can't just jump around the ring, what I'm saying, and just, try to be on his tippy toes like a lightweight or something like that because he's going to burn himself out. But that's what I mean. I think he has an innate talent, critical thinking skills, and I think he's going to be able to pace himself. But Canelo has the advantage because he's had multiple fights at 168, and he's fought higher competition than Crawford at that weight. And if Crawford can't hurt Terrence Crawford, it's going to be a long night for Terrence Crawford. Because Canelo will just bulldoze you, pressure you, take those little few punches and come in and try to hit you to the body to slow you down. So that's something that Crawford is gonna have to look out for because Canelo is very experienced. He's mastered pacing himself. He's mastered his attack plans. He knows the angles. We've seen him in there with Triple G, and Triple G just had to get him, man. He just, that was just, welcome to the middleweight division type stuff. And I think that's what Canelo wants to do with Crawford. He probably just want to press him out, make him work those extra pounds that he's picked up and see where he's at. You know what I'm saying? I think Canelo is betting on that Terrence Crawford can't carry the weight, what I'm saying, for 12 rounds with pressure on him and emotions and all that because it's different once you hit that ring and you're on prime time. And but Terrence Crawford has had enough big fights, say in front of the crowds where he's not going to be emotionally uh drained, what I'm saying, from the fight. I don't think it's going to be too big for Terrence Crawford. It's just the weight, fighting at that weight, what I'm saying, and how much is Canelo is going to put the pressure on him to move that big body, that new big body of Terrence Crawford, and how Terrence Crawford responds to the punishment that's Canelo's going to pressure and punishment he's going to try to put on Crawford. Because Canelo hit you on the arms, he'll hit you, he'll hit you in the neck, he'll hit you any way he can hit you. So that's the brilliant thing about Canelo. What I'm saying, he don't care. What I'm saying, he's just coming in with the power. And if Terrence can withstand, what I'm saying, if he got the endurance, the stamina, what I'm saying, to box this man and pivot like he usually does and run him into shots, it's going to be embarrassing. It might look something like Floyd Mayweather and that fight. But I think uh, Canelo has learned a lot from Mayweather. I think he's learned, saying, not to rush in and just get beat up and stuff like that, what I'm saying? But he's also not the same Canelo. He's not the same young Canelo that, what I'm saying, got the same explosiveness that he had when he was younger. So, it's going to be interesting, man. But I do think Crawford, I think he has a chance. I think Crawford, He knows boxing. I think he's on the next level when it comes to thinking boxing and preparing. So, man, we got to see, bro. We got to see, Marty. We got to see this.
We definitely got to see. We have another guest here, Altitude Brief. Are you there?
Yo,
What's going on, Altitude Brief? Welcome to the show.
what's going on, Manager Marty? To the panel, what's going on?
I mean, we got Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford. Both of these guys are world champions. We already know Terrence Crawford moving up 2 additional weight classes after obviously moving up to the 154-pound division about a year ago. He's going up against Canelo Alvarez. There's a lot of advantages and disadvantages that both of these guys have in their respective divisions. I mean, how do you see this fight playing out?
Man, I see this as Victor Conti's crescendo, man. We're about to witness something historic, man. We're about to witness Terrence Crawford, you know, or if you depend on who you're talking to, improbably, but he's gonna beat the brakes off Canelo, man. And just like he was the first one to stop Porter and the first one to stop Spence, I think he's gonna be the first one to drop and stop Canelo. Yeah, so we're about to witness that. Terrence Crawford, his skills, being a lighter weight fighter, he's ambidextrous. He got good vision and punch exchanges, and he got very accurate punches. So with the benefit of working with Conti, his punch resistance, I expect it to be higher. Just with all the, going on like 4 years now. I think the Madrigal fight was to kind of lure people to sleep, but I expect something fireworks show from Crawford. I expect him to let them hands go, man, and I expect them punches to have effect. And I expect him to stop Canelo. Yeah.
You think that, wait, let's be clear here. Let's be clear here, Brief. You're saying that Terrence Crawford will stop Canelo. He will knock Canelo out. Is that what you're saying?
I got him stopping him. Yeah, I got him stopping him, man. Actually, after the Spence fight, when I just watched the fight, so I actually did a video on it on my page, just from what I saw. Like, man, am I the only one who saw this? And I said 2 years ago that just from what I was looking at, Crawford was gonna move up two weight classes, or multiple weight classes to 168 and fight Canelo. This was 2 years ago, and I still got the videos up. So this is just perfect timing, man. This is exactly what I expect, but I expect him to stop Canelo. Yeah, a lot of people think Canelo's a dirty fighter, but I think Canelo's clean, especially against Victor Conti, he'll be testing that blood, so I expect Crawford to go in there and put them paws on him. Something where if you don't know what's going on, you're gonna think that Crawford is the greatest fighter to ever live. You know what I mean? But if you know what's going on, you know what you're looking at. You're gonna be looking at just the zenith of today's science and technology.
You said science?
Yes, sir. Science and technology. Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that? When you say science, what exactly do you mean by that?
The science of Merck's manual and the application of what is known today as performance enhancement pharmaceuticals. So
Hey,
that's
J Rock.
science.
Hey, J Rock, mute your phone, J Rock, real quick. J Rock, can you hear me? All right, there you go. All right, okay. That's one perspective. So we got a couple of perspectives up here. We're gonna go with and a lot of you guys, let me tell you this right now. Welcome to the show. The only person I recognize right now is J Rock. I think this is the same J Rock from back 2 years ago. He used to come on. He's a Bud fan. I'm not sure if that's the same J Rock, but if it is, I'm familiar with J Rock and Paul Counter. The other three of you guys, this is my first time seeing your name. Welcome to the show. All perspectives are welcome. We're gonna get right down to it. We had Altitude Brief. Now we got Hika. Hika, are you there?
Yes, sir. You hear me, bro?
I can hear you loud and clear, man. What's going on with you?
How you doing, Marty? I'm a big fan of you, bro. You keep it real. You the only person I listen to when it comes to boxing, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming up, man. I appreciate the accolades. Quick question. Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford. How this fight gonna go, man? What you got on this?
I say this, Morton. If Terrence stay within himself, man, and stay disciplined and don't because I know when he get hit, he don't like that and he'll turn up. He'll have to have discipline and 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 weather the storm. I'm sorry, you got a echo in the background, but
Oh, can somebody
if
can somebody mute their phone? Can everybody mute their phone real quick?
yeah, if he fight and if he, I feel like he gonna try to feel Canelo power early, and that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think that once he engaged with Canelo and feel his power, I think it could carry him through the fight because he know how to control distance real well. But I really think that he needs to feel his power and don't and stay disciplined and don't get. I'm sorry, that echo throwing me off, but stay. But I feel Terrence gonna win it. But I'm gonna say that's all I'm gonna say, Morty, man, because the echo throwing me
All right,
off.
all right, all right. You can stay right there. Don't move, man. We want some more
I ain't going
perspective.
nowhere
All right, just make sure you put your phone on mute. All right,
for sure.
we got Rab up here. First time seeing you. Thanks for joining the show, Rab. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What we got, man? Canelo, Terrence Crawford. We here now, brother. I mean, what's your take on all this, man? We've heard somebody say that Terrence Crawford will stop Canelo. Then we heard somebody else say that Canelo has a lot of disadvantages going against him because Terrence Crawford is a special fighter. He has so many different intangibles that play into his favor. Then we heard also that if Terrence Crawford stick to the game plan and don't get so animated after he get hit, ready to turn up and just be disciplined in the game plan, he might win.
All right.
What you say about all this, bro?
Um, Interesting perspective, man. To be honest, I really do believe like if Canelo was in the same weight class as Crawford, um, I would still give Canelo a chance, but I would definitely favor Crawford. But Crawford is moving up and he's older. Like that's another thing I feel like people don't really put into perspective. Even though Crawford doesn't fight multiple times a year. He's what I think he'd be like 38 when the fight comes. That's damn near 40. Um, so that has to be factored in as well. But as far as skill, I do believe that Crawford he's just much better. He's a much better fighter. I will say that Canelo have fought more styles than Crawford, however. Canelo has mixed it up with the Cuban style, with the Puerto Rican style, with the black style. So he's definitely saw a lot of styles. Nobody has ever been, in my opinion, to the caliber though of Crawford. But with Crawford, like I don't know if he'll be able to take the power. Like I know he has the skill to beat Canelo. It's just the power piece. Canelo can hit like a fucking, excuse my French, a Mack truck. Like he can hit. And one thing that I've noticed, because I'm a taller guy, I've always like I always like struggled with shorter, stockier dudes when I would like spar them or fight them or whatever. That's another thing. Like it's easier for me to fight guys my height or a little taller than me. But sometimes I've seen like a lot of taller guys will have a difficult, time fighting guys that have good head movement and know how to like really get in, under your jab. So as long, but Crawford isn't that much taller than Canelo, but Canelo is shorter, and Canelo does, even though he's not the best with moving his feet, Canelo he knows how to move his head. That's for sure. So to just make it real plain, I do have Crawford winning a fight. I just think he's just way too smart. He's not going to sit there and stand in front of Canelo. When we see Canelo put on his best work, when we see Canelo throw his combos, you're standing in front of Canelo. Canelo is a guy that's not going to throw 3 or 4 punches unless you're standing in front of him. That's the only time Canelo is able to get off. When he also doesn't know how to fight on his back foot. So if Crawford can get in there, establish a jab, and can back Canelo up, which will be difficult because Canelo has seen crazy power. But if that Terrence has to back Canelo up, and get him trying to fight off his back foot. And to be honest with you, I really do see Crawford being able to get the victory. So yeah, that's my call.
Wow. We heard a lot of perspectives up here today, and it seems like a lot of people are favoring Terrence Crawford to get the job done. I have a lot of people in the live chat right now that kind of disagree with most of what all of you guys are saying. And let me say this: anyone with the perspective of Canelo Alvarez winning this fight, you can feel free to click the link as well. Come on up and give your perspective. We got J Rock here. J Rock, can you hear me? J Rock, are you there?
Can you hear me?
J Rock, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can't hear me?
Hey, this is my boy J Rock. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? Let me say happy Labor Day to you first, man. I appreciate you letting me on, man. What's going on?
Hey, man, happy Labor Day to you as well. I'm doing good. Yo, where you been at, bro?
Hey, man, I've been sitting back, man. I haven't get a chance to get on in a minute though. But I'm here now, though, man. And
What's
you
up,
know
man?
what it is.
I know what you gonna say, Bud Crawford. I know where you
Hey,
going, J Rock.
hey,
We miss you, brother.
hey,
We
you
miss
know what
you.
it is. Hey, man, same right back at you, man. We
All
know
right,
what
what's
it
gonna
is,
happen?
though, man. Hey,
Tell me what's gonna happen. I know you're an avid Bud fan. We remember you from 2 years ago. You back. Tell me what's gonna happen, man. Canelo Alvarez,
listen,
Bud Crawford.
listen, man. You know Bud about to make history, man. You already know what it is. Three-time undisputed champion, man. All different weight classes. You already know how it's going. I heard the same thing that I'm hearing now. You know what I'm saying? When he was about to fight Earl Spence, everybody talking about the size difference, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Who the better fighter? But on the 13th, you already know how it's gonna go down. Bud Crawford gonna have his hands raised, man. He's just different, man. That's all I can say. He know how to negate the size difference. Um, And in terms of who the better boxer, you already know he's the more skilled. He's the more skilled boxer, in my opinion, and he's a better athlete. So I just heard my man say, as long as he can take the Canelo power, he should be good. But we got ways to negate that, man. We got some of the best trainers, you know what I'm saying, that ever did it. So like I said to you, bro, it ain't. He gonna shock the world, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna shock the world on the 13th. And hopefully, man, I'm gonna be in attendance. I'm trying to figure that out now, bro. I'm trying, I'm trying to figure that out, man. I'm excited, man, and I can't wait for Bud to prove the world wrong, because he got a lot of haters out here, man. He got a lot of people that's you know always rooting against him or counting him out, and it's
Yeah.
been like that. It was like that before he fought Earl Spence, and the world seen what he did to him. I ain't gonna say he's gonna do that to Canelo, but I got him walking away with a dominant performance, man. You know what I'm saying?
Do you
He
think,
gonna
J
dominate
Rock?
Canelo.
You said the words
Yeah.
that Bomac said. You said the word dominate. We've heard that word before. Do you think that Terrence Crawford can knock out Canelo Alvarez?
I ain't gonna say he can knock him out, but it's gonna be convincing, man. He gonna dominate him. You know what I'm saying? I got him killing him round for round. You know what I'm saying? Every round. I get Canelo 2 rounds, dog,
You
before
gonna
Bud
go? You
figure
gonna
him out.
wait? You gonna give
I'm
out of
I'm
12 rounds? You gonna give Canelo only
I
two
get
rounds?
I get Canelo Alvarez 2 rounds, maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? It depends, man. You know what I'm saying? It
Dang.
depends on how fast my man figure him out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if long
You
as
look,
Terrence stay disciplined, I agree with that.
eh, hey, listen, man. As long as Terrence Crawford go in there and fight a smart fight, man. Canelo Alvarez can't do nothing with him. You seen what Floyd did to him, right? It's gonna be a repeat of that. But you dealing with somebody who got power, bro, and his power does carry up. I keep hearing everybody say, "Oh, his power's not gonna translate to 68." Why won't it? Why won't it? You talking about one of the hardest hitting guys pound for pound that ever did it, man. And that's how it's gonna be, bro. On the 13th, I'm gonna come back on here, man, Marty, man. Let you know how it is, man. You know, I don't duck and hide. I'm gonna be back on here, bro.
I ain't
Win,
say
lose, or
nothing
draw.
though,
But
Jay. I ain't say. I'm just listening, bro.
hey, look, hey,
I'm
look,
just
you know
listening
how it's
right
gonna
now,
go, man.
man.
And you know how it's gonna go, man. I'm gonna be right back to tell you what I told you, man. It is what it is. It's Bud Crawford, man.
All right, we got.
3-time undisputed. I'm gonna let
All right.
everybody else talk, man. I've told enough.
All right, you got it. We appreciate you. Stay right there, J Rock, man. Don't leave yet,
All
man.
right, bet.
We got
All right, bet.
G6. Hold up. G6 Dre. First time on here as well. Welcome, G6 Dre. Can you hear me? Hey, G6 Dre, you hear? Hey,
Yeah,
G.
can
Oh,
you
there
hear
you
me?
go. Yeah, yes, sir, man. We
Hey,
got everybody up here now, man. This thing is
hey,
going to get this panel going to be live, man. What's going on, bro?
what's going on, brother? I'm from North Carolina, baby. I love your show. I love your show, man. You're one of the ones that really, really got me, really back into this, watching this boxing thing. I got Canelo, man, and the reason that I have Canelo, I'm saying Canelo then fought some big guys. Everybody keep talking about Crawford has an IQ, but what about Canelo's IQ as well? Heavy hitter. Um, both of them to me kind of start off a little slow, but I'm saying this is what I'm saying, Marty. I'm saying like if you take a guy that's coming up from two weight classes to come up to fight another guy that's been at this weight class for a long time and just come out and flat out and beat him, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop watching boxing. Because the reason I'm gonna stop watching boxing, I think it's gonna be some bull crap to it if that happens. Because you're trying to tell me like guys like Triple G, all these other guys that Canelo fought that couldn't beat him. Then you have this guy that come up that just just wipe Canelo out. I can't see it. I'm logically I can't see it.
Okay. All right. So you're favoring Canelo.
Yes, and I'm not a Canelo fan.
Okay. Now we do have. Well, we got two people that's here. We got Deem and we got Jay. Deem, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on? Roller Tape Film Crew. Tell Lil Marty I said, what up, youngin'?
I certainly will do that, Deem. I want to let you know that we got about 7 or 8 Terrence Crawford fans, or at least guys that's saying that Terrence Crawford is going to dominate and win against Canelo, and this is going to be something monumental when he wins against Canelo Alvarez. I mean, what's your take on all this, bro? I mean, it's Canelo and it is Terrence Crawford now, but what
Well,
do
I'm
you
gonna
say about this fight, man?
say, Terrence Crawford got a good chance to win the fight. I give him about 30% chance to win the fight, 35% chance to win the fight. But we don't also Canelo Alvarez in the best shape of his life. See, the thing is, let me tell y'all something called in Philly we call it playing possum. Canelo knows he can do whatever he wants. So it's kind of hard to judge Canelo. Remember how we felt about Canelo prior to him jumping in the ring with Jamel? Jamel had every advantage that Bud Crawford had on Canelo Alvarez. And then we saw the best Canelo Alvarez we saw in a long-ass time that night, now didn't we? And now he's in the best shape of his life. I think it's going to be a tough fight. And my thing is to Bud fans, and I rock with Bud too, but my biggest thing is he didn't hurt Madrimov. He's about to hurt the guy that got the best chin in boxing. That don't even make logical sense to me. So he couldn't hurt Madrimov, but he about to hurt Canelo, who y'all haven't seen hurt in 10 years, who literally is like, they call him the granite chin. So he could go in there and do damage, but as far as stopping him and all of this, hell no. Especially not after that Madrimov fight, especially not being 38 years old, especially not taking off another 14, 15, 16 months. No, it don't work like that. And Canelo's been more active on top of that. And Canelo got a lot of experience with guys like that. He was just in the ring with William Skull. So if y'all think just running around and pot shotting going to win you the fight, well, this is Canelo. Y'all know that's not going to happen on the scorecards. If William Skull couldn't win the fucking fight, listen here. That's not going to happen. Y'all can get your hopes up. You could cry robbery. I'm telling y'all get ready to be mad about it. Because I am telling you, if Crawford goes in there and jab and try to feint and do all of that shit and think that you going to just do that for 12 rounds and beat Canelo, good luck with that shit. Y'all seen that Cheatham, y'all seen Cheatham is one of the judges too. Listen here, man. Listen here. I know this boxing thing. My biggest thing is with Terrence Crawford fans and everybody, though. If everybody's so confident he gonna win, if he lose, do I get to take him off my pound for pound list now? Because it can't be he get all of this credit if he win, but he don't get nothing if he loses. No, it don't work like that. Sorry, can't do it. Won't be able to do it with y'all. If Terrence Crawford loses this fight, I don't want to hear he tried to be great. He went up because nobody asked him to do none of this shit. So I don't want to hear none of the excuses because ain't none of us asked him to go do none of this shit. That's a grown ass man who made a grown ass decision, who said months before, a year before, it's weight classes for a reason, and I would never do it. So he's conscious of what he's doing. So if he loses, that is a loss. Like if he lost to anybody else, I don't want to hear. Now it is to Canelo, so they ain't gonna knock him down too far. But all his number, he just don't get up here and tell Dean that he the #1 pound for pound fighter if he loses to Canelo. I don't want to hear that shit no more. It's a wrap because his resume ain't the greatest. Hey, hold on. I'm not finished, my guy. I'm not finished. Hold on. His resume is not the greatest to even be like beating your chest if he loses to, like, what do we got to stand on at that point? Because Canelo accomplished all of that shit too. So,
but y'all smoke this over though. What happens if Canelo gets dominated and gets beat? What does that say about Canelo's legacy? He lets a guy come up, from 2 to 3 weight classes down, and just get destroyed by it. What if he does go in there and destroys Canelo? What does that go?
Well, he's the #1 pound for pound fighter. He should get all the credit in the world.
It ain't just that, bro. I mean, that's going to shock the world, man. I mean, what is that going to say about Canelo's entire legacy, bro?
Right. I want to say this, and then I'm gonna really just shut up. I just want to, because he's made a statement saying, like, what about Crawford if he loses this fight? Does this knock him down on the pound list? Let's be honest.
Who's that talking? This manager Marty.
That's Rad.
This Rad. All right, go ahead, Rad. I
just want to make this one statement. So first, we got to be honest with this. First off, bro, we talking about an old ass man that's moving up 3 weight classes. Like, let's be honest, they're not in the same weight class. So for you to be disingenuous and say, like, oh, we're gonna have to knock him down because he haven't fought nobody, this and the third. This is a 2-time undisputed, 3-time division champion, undefeated, that beat everybody that was in front of him. We also got to be real. Hold on. We also got to be real in the fact that PBC, them fighters did not want to fight him. Let's be real. So we can't bitch about his resume.
I'm not being real about that. That's not true.
Hold on, brother.
That's your opinion.
No, it's not an opinion.
Hold on, let him talk, man. Let him talk.
Canelo Spence clearly said, let him fight all the people on his side. Did he not say that? Didn't Danny Garcia literally say, I'm not fighting Crawford? Broner didn't want to fight him, talking about that's my friend and shit. Keith Thurman ducked him. Brother, let me tell you something. I'm young, but I've been watching boxing for a long time. I know the whole thing, right? They did not want to fight Terrence Crawford, and they used the excuse that he was with Bob Arum, and everybody was like, oh, well, come sign with the PBC, even though they was doing fights with other people that wasn't with the PBC. So
he tried to sue Bob Arum because he couldn't get the fights.
Now, what you say, brother?
I said he sued Bob Arum, so you can't talk about the PBC fighters and what Bob Arum. People was blaming Bob. Terrence was blaming Bob too. I watched boxing, brother.
That's fair. Okay, I'm not arguing that he went at Bob Arum. He did. However, when you heard those fighters from the PBC, when Terrence's name was brought up, what did they say?
Oh my God!
Did L. Spence not
get off that narrative, bro? Just go on with your point.
Did Danny Garcia? Hold on. Did Danny
Garcia, that's not Terrence. PBC fighters had nothing to do with why Terrence Crawford was mad at Bob Arum for not doing his job. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. See, this is what y'all do. Y'all don't let grown men be accountable for their actions, brother. He chose to sign with Top Rank, bro. Don't complain about it later.
No. Let me be very clear. Let me be very clear with the panel. Hold on. Let me be very clear with the panel. I am not saying, hear me, that Terrence Crawford did not have a problem with Bob Arum giving him fights.
What was his problem with Bob Arum?
Brother, let me finish my statement.
Let him talk, Dean.
Terrence Crawford came out of his mouth and said, Bob Arum, I let Bob Arum because he couldn't give me the Manny Pacquiao fight and he couldn't give me other fights. I agree with you. Bob Arum was not getting Terrence Crawford the big fights that he wanted. I agree. What I am saying is you're not going to get on this panel and act like Terrence Crawford trying to make him out to be some nigga that wasn't trying to take the fights when we heard out of the fighters' mouths on the PBC, out of their mouths, not the promoters, the fucking fighter came out and said, I'm not fighting this nigga. I'm not doing it. They will not fight Crawford. They did not want to fight Crawford. They kept saying, I'll fight this guy.
We got to go back. We got to go back in boxing history and argue all this shit again.
bro. It's all
Hey,
this
it's
whining
footage
and
out there
All right,
revisionist
hold on,
across the
hold on,
history,
street.
hold on.
bro.
Man,
Everybody, hold on for a minute. This Manager Mark, this me. Hold on, everybody, for 1 second. Everybody's entitled to their perspective. Y'all know how we get down, right? But I want to make sure we
yes.
do things in decency and in order because I did say that Jay was next after Dean. Everybody, hold your talking point. Let's hear what Jay say. And I think White Boy Rick is here, my man D1, because I want
What
everybody
up?
to get their joint off first, and then we can go ahead and rock out because I think that's fair. All right. So Diggle Jay, not J Rock. J Rock spoke already. I'm talking about another guy. His name is Jay. Jay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Now you hear what's going on. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, you see what's going on, Jay. This is your first
Uh huh.
time here. I'm glad you're here,
I'm already
but
knowing.
you here. I mean,
Yes,
Terrence
sir.
Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. What's your take on this, bro?
So it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Because the last 4 or 5 years, Canelo, everybody said he been on a decline because he's been easing his way through fights. He's been fighting, I guess, non-pound for pound opponents. Even though Munguia was 49-0 before he fought Canelo, Berlanga was 23-0 with 21 knockouts. I don't see where people say, "Oh, he don't deserve it," but I mean, they showing their name just because they're not known to you. Don't mean they're not known to the boxing world. And on top of that, I'm gonna say this: I got Canelo. The reason why is because at 154, Crawford didn't look that good, to be honest. He threw a 433 punches, landed 95, right? That's a 22% connectivity rate. You're telling me if he throws 400 punches against Canelo and he only lands 95, are those 95 going to affect Canelo at 168? That's my question.
Depends on where you
And
hit them.
and that's the thing though. At 154, I didn't see Crawford use angles. I seen him just stand in the pocket. And that's a fact. He didn't use his feet. He did not use his feet like that, like he did against Spence. Watch that fight. There's two different styles that he had to do. And I get he had to adapt to Madrimav's weird European style about the moviness, the body and all that, and the feints. And I understand that. But who else throws feints? Who else is a professional fighter that is great at throwing feints? It's Canelo Alvarez. Is he not known for throwing feints and baiting fighters to actually bait into that feint and he catches you with a different shot you don't see? Canelo can feint to the top with the overhand right, come in with the body with the left hook, boom, catch him. Solar
He
plex.
did it to Berlanga.
Exactly. You know what I'm
The
saying?
only
But
thing
to
I
the
say
body though,
about
to
that
the
is
body though, to the body.
Crawford,
I'm talking to the body.
Crawford
To the
knows his
body.
tricks. They've been watching that. That mid range where you can't tell
Crawford.
if he's going to the top or coming with the hook.
That's what I'm
What I'm
saying.
saying? I think
That's
they've been
that's the
watching his
hard
hands.
part.
That's why I was saying distance, bro. Terrence Crawford knows his distance, man.
Yeah.
Bro,
He's gonna have to
y'all
use his
got
jab. That
It's
jab.
going to be an
That
incredible
jab.
And the
fight.
part
That's
the,
It's going to
the
be.
part I'm
I'm
having a problem with y'all is Terrence Crawford is great. He is not Jesus Christ. I've
yes.
seen Terrence Crawford
That's what
rocked
I'm
by
saying.
Gamboa. I've seen Terrence Crawford in a tough fight with Sean Porter. I've seen Terrence
Yep.
Crawford at his greatest. I've seen it.
Yep.
He's not getting no better than he did 5 years ago, fellas.
That's what
Get
I'm
that shit
saying.
out y'all head.
And if
He
you
is
think about it,
38 years old. He is a
Yeah,
38-year-old man, okay?
yeah.
That
38's
takes
the new
years,
28.
that takes years and a half off at a time. As you get
this is
older,
Same
you should
angle.
be more active, not less active. You should be
Active
exactly.
more active
microdose.
because your
And
bones and
I don't
working
blame
out and all of this stuff you got to keep up with. We can't sit up there and be like, well, all of these other guys be out the ring, but then Terrence Crawford be out the ring and y'all act like that doesn't play a factor. It does. We
because
saw
they
his
Yeah.
last
what happened
fight. Y'all
what
don't
happened
have nothing to go off of.
Hey, yo, Dean,
Hold on,
Dean,
y'all, can y'all
Dean.
stop cutting me off? Can I finish? Y'all have nothing to go off of to tell me y'all going off of 147 against Errol Spence was almost 3 years ago. You have nothing tangible today, right now, to tell me that Terrence Crawford's about to go in there. William Skull couldn't do it. He's twice the size of Terrence Crawford.
Terrence different, bro.
He different. If he's so different, then
hold
why
on.
didn't he knock out Madrimov, who went and got his ass whooped worse by
I'm
Virgil Ortiz?
That was
gonna
playing
say
possum.
this. I'm gonna say this though. I have doubts.
Madrimov gets stopped by Canelo at 168,
Let
guaranteed.
let him in, let
Can
him
I
answer.
say
Let
this?
him let him let him answer. Dean,
Hold
go
on.
ahead,
I'm gonna say
Jay.
this right. Crawford, I doubt his career because he signed with Top Rank, and that's the mistake he made because they had him at welterweight. Don't matter if it's junior welterweight since like 2014, bro. You're telling me he shouldn't have been moving up the weights? Canelo in 2014 was already going from 47 to 54, already winning belts, going up to 60 to fight guys like
He's
Triple
a
G.
small guy, bro. He shouldn't be scaling
Canelo is
all these
small
weight
too.
classes,
Canelo,
bro. Listen,
hold
Canelo's
on, hold
much
on.
thicker.
Hold on. Hey, Jay. Hold
Hold
on,
on.
Jay. Jay, hold on 1 second. Hold on. This is Manager Mark. This is me. We got my guy. I got to give him up. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Rotate Film crew, and he's a content creator like Deem is. D1, he's been rocking out with me. They call him White Boy Rick. D1, you hear everybody talking. I mean, we got some guys up here that even said that Terrence Crawford's going to dominate Canelo. In fact, somebody said that Canelo will get knocked out.
What?
What's your take
Who
on all
said
this,
that?
D1?
Oh, man, that's adorable. One of you guys said Terrence Crawford is going to knock Canelo Alvarez out. What the fuck did you wake up and smoke today?
This 2 years in the making.
Like real shit, buddy. Listen to me. This is everything that this fight boils down to is I've been watching all of their fights, studying both these guys. It boils down to whether 147-pound Terrence Crawford can take 168-pound Canelo mule kick fucking punches. That's what it boils down to. If he can take the punch, he's probably going to do pretty well. If he can't, which I don't believe he can, it's going to go bad for him. That's what this boils down to, guys. Period. Point blank.
Can I ask one
question? Can he
to
take a fucking Canelo punch? I don't think so.
Can I ask one question to the whole panel? I ain't gonna do no talk. Just one.
Who that speaking, bro?
Rad.
Who that?
Rad.
What up,
Rad? What's up, Rad?
Right. One question to everybody. All right. So when Floyd fought Canelo, no, Terrence Crawford is not Floyd. But listen, do anybody remember what Canelo rehydrated up to? Or was it a weight class? Like, do anybody remember the weight that Canelo?
170.
Yeah, 170.
170.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's about 203 pounds. 203 is what he rehydrated his last fight to.
Oh my goodness! Dang. All right, y'all great. So he rehydrated up to, was it 170 or 200 for fight night with Floyd? Just to be sure.
With Floyd, it was like 170.
Floyd was 170.
No, it was 164. It was 164. It says right here.
So he rehydrated up to 154.
No, that was the weight division.
164.
64.
No, they fought at 54. They fought at
154.
And he rehydrated like 146. Floyd was like 146.
He rehydrated up to like 164 pounds.
Hold on. It's 50 people.
It was a catchweight fight at 150.
Bro, just get to the point, bro.
Right, one mic. Hold up, one mic, guys. One mic. Go ahead, Red.
To be clear for everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel, they fought at 154, but I'm asking, what did Canelo rehydrate?
I'm about to find out for you, bro.
Thank you. That's what I want to know.
No, I'm telling you, he rehydrated up to 164.
Okay, that Floyd fight doesn't matter. Listen, it doesn't matter when he rehydrated in a Floyd fight. His last fight, very last fight, was 203 pounds.
Okay, I don't care about his last fight. I asked for the.
What the fuck are you talking about a Floyd fight
the most
for?
recent.
What are you talking about, bro? Nobody gives a fuck what he rehydrated to back then.
My fucking question. I don't care about
your question's irrelevant, buddy.
Shut up. My question is.
Excuse me?
I asked that question to make this statement. Floyd went in there.
Fucking land your bitch ass plane.
Yo, we good. YTG, we good.
Hold on. You know I'm about to cook. That's why you keep cutting me off, bro.
You ain't cooking shit, saying a whole bunch of irrelevancy.
Let me finish my point, and you can have the floor. That's all you got.
Let him finish. D1. Go ahead, Red.
Let him finish.
Hold on. And I noticed this is how they act because they know you about to cook. All I asked for Floyd is because to make my point, Floyd was a much smaller fighter. I am not saying that Terrence Crawford has the defense or the skill of Floyd Mayweather. I'm saying that because everybody keep bringing up this point that Canelo is so fucking big, and I know for a fact he was much bigger than Floyd, and he touched Floyd. He didn't touch him a lot, but he touched him. And Floyd, old ass, little self, was able to take a couple of those punches. So what I'm saying, let's stop acting like
that's
smaller guy.
Floyd was also hurt.
Hey, hold on.
He didn't touch Floyd not once.
Let's stop acting like a smaller fighter cannot take a Canelo punch when it's been proven. Floyd Mayweather did not walk out of that Canelo fight untouched. He got touched. He felt some punches. So
what round?
Bro, Floyd ain't getting
robbed
just
a real fucking boxing junkie, buddy.
Hey,
you're talking just a real one.
Wait, one mic. Hold, here we go. So let's do this. Let's do this right now. Let's do it right now. Just like D1 asked, can Terrence Crawford take Canelo's punches?
Hey, y'all, he was 165. Hey, Manager Marty, for information to the panel, He was 165 fight night against
See,
against Floyd Mayweather. He was
I was close.
165.
I
Yeah,
was
you was
close.
close,
Okay.
Brody. You was close.
All right. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Paul Counter. You was gonna say what? I mean, can he take?
Salute,
I mean,
Paul.
we've watched Canelo Alvarez knock out a much bigger 200+ pound Kovalev. We've seen him knock
Alcoholic.
down. Hold
Well,
on one second. Hold on one second, Jay. We've seen him knock down Berlanga. We know Berlanga's a big guy.
Yes.
206.
He is Canelo has knocked down guys that are actually naturally bigger than him. Are we saying that Terrence Crawford can actually take that type of onslaught from Canelo? Can he stand against that? Can he
I
stand up
don't
to that?
know.
I'm
well,
not sure,
Yes.
well,
Manager
That's
well,
Marty.
he
tough.
well, to
Can I
me,
answer
I
Manager
think
Marty on this?
Hey,
Manager
hey
All
Marty,
Marty.
right,
can
go
I
ahead.
can
All
I
right,
make a point real
hold.
quick?
Pour counter first, and then my guy brief, and then Dean.
Okay.
There we go.
Canelo ain't no one punch knockout artist. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, he can break you down, you know what I'm saying, with a cumulative a bunch of punches, you know what I'm saying, to the ribs. You saw how he broke down Billy Joe. Um, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I do think Crawford could take a few of his punches, but he can't back up against the ropes and take those combinations. If he did that, all it would take maybe is 2 or 3 times of him backing him up against the ropes and going to that body to slow Crawford down. Now, I do think he can take Canelo, 1, 2, or 3 punches, you know what I'm saying? But then I think we'll start seeing a different fight once Canelo connects. But Crawford, he knows how to roll with punch. Crawford has a lot of experience, bro. He is not afraid of fighters with power. In sparring, I'm pretty sure he get hit by big guys. So he's not going to be afraid. He's not going to be afraid of Canelo's power. But yes, I do think he could take, but over a period of time, I do not think he could take it. But I say up to maybe 5 or 6 rounds, I would give it. You know what I'm saying? But by then, I think Crawford will have him figured out, and he won't get hit with those shots anymore. Just like he figured out. If y'all go back and watch that Mandradov fight, look how Crawford figured out that tricky style, man. Crawford is a brilliant dude. He's a brilliant dude. That was an excellent fight if you're a box fan to see how he thinks. And
I'm
then
not going
he
to
just
pull counter. I'm this manager Marty.
Uh,
I'm this manager Marty pull counter. I'm not going to front. Terrence Crawford looked like he struggled in that fight. With what I looked
he
at.
Yeah, I
did.
don't know
struggled
what the
But
heck
that's what
he's
I'm
mightily,
talking
saying.
about.
bro.
But this is what I'm saying. It was a chess match, and you look how he reacts in a chess match. That's why I say these guys got some high
Bro, the
boxing
boy
IQ.
had
He
13
was getting
fights.
hit with straight
But
right
but but
after
11.
but
straight
but, but,
11,
right
D.
but
after
he had
11
straight
13.
right,
fights.
though.
Oh no, he had 13 fights, but he had 1,100 amateur fights. You see what I'm saying? These
It don't mean
Europeans,
shit.
they be pros. They be pros in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? And they turn amateur when they like 28,
Bro, I
25.
can't give you. We
You know
don't
what I'm
even
saying?
know how good Madrimov is. He went in there with Virgil Ortiz,
That's
who's not
what
as
I'm
skilled
saying.
as Terrence Crawford, and got beat
Point,
up
Casino.
worse.
bro. My point is not resting on that. What I'm saying is, I do believe Crawford can roll with some of the punches, but I don't think over a 12 round that he's going to be able to sustain, punishment from Canelo. That's what I'm saying.
All right,
That's a
got you. Good
fact.
point.
I
All right, go
got you.
ahead, brief.
I
Brief.
feel
What you
that.
got on this
I feel
brief?
that. What's up, Bree?
Yeah, just so to the gentleman earlier who was asking who said he was gonna get stopped, I said he was gonna get stopped. Like I said, not to
You
plug
said you
anything,
wait.
but
Whoa. Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
I
You
said
said
Canelo getting stopped. Right.
Mm.
okay. So now with that, you said that he's going to stop Canelo. But what about Canelo's power? Can Terrence Bud Crawford stand up under the power of Canelo?
I believe so. Absolutely. His footwork and his style will keep him from being hit too often. And but I also think he'll have enhanced punch resistance, so to speak. He
You
will
said what?
easily.
Whoa. You said he gonna
What?
have what?
What?
I
You
said he'll
said
have
what on this channel, bro? What you say?
enhanced enhanced punch resistance. More. That's what I said. So
Enhance. Now,
yeah.
why
So
do
I
you
Go
say?
over your
Now,
beer,
wait.
Why
Now,
y'all
please.
why
get
do?
Let
Manager
him
He
Marty
on that
relax.
started,
snack.
man?
He on that snack shit, bro. That's why he's saying it.
Oh boy.
Oh,
And that's a
hey
dang.
listen
fact.
hey listen Marty. I found your page after you interviewed Tiny Tim or Tiny Terrence, my bad, Freudian slip. Tiny Terrence,
Who?
my bad.
Tim
I mean
Montgomery?
Tim Montgomery, yeah, Tiny Tim Montgomery, and
Uh-huh.
then so I saw your other interviews and yeah, so like I saw this coming years in the making. I literally still left the video up. I was talking about Terrence Crawford moving up to 168 to fight Canelo. This is over 2 years ago. This is directly after the Spence fight. He's going to stop him. that Madrigal fight was the possum fight. He didn't have the snack logo on his pants during that fight. That spoke a lot to me. That
Whoa, whoa,
Madrigal
whoa,
fight
whoa,
was
whoa.
to
Who?
Crawford.
He didn't,
You
but
know,
I have to give a correction, and I got the tape, and I will play it. Terrence Crawford went on Instagram literally on a Tuesday, 2 days after I did my live on a Sunday, which is the next day, because I said the same thing you just said, that I noticed that he didn't have it on him. However, on Tuesday, he goes on his Instagram page and say, I know what people saying that I'm not with Snack. I'm still with Snack.
right,
And we
right.
already know.
He's still with snack. I agree that, but I also just from my studying of Victor, his strength and conditioning coach. He has this system tempered to where he can obfuscate. You don't want to make it too obvious that certain people are enhanced just to the gills. So that Madrigal fight to me was again fighting a guy with 10 professional fights. He's supposed to be this all-world beater. I'm not buying that. That was another prep fight, a delay fight in the building to get the bone and muscle density in the right way for this upcoming fight against Canelo. And what we're gonna see to the laymen or people that's not don't have the same viewpoint I have. I'm not gonna say they're not in the know. Don't have the same viewpoint I have. They're gonna think Terrence Crawford is the greatest fighter to ever live. That's what we're gonna
Okay,
see Saturday.
good perspective. All right, now it's on Deem first, and then I got to get my guy Anton in. Deem, do you think that Terrence Crawford can stand up against the power and the punches of Canelo Alvarez?
I think he can if he stay away, like every boxer in fighting ever when they fight a power puncher. Like anybody. That's everybody's goal against Canelo Alvarez. Tell me one fighter who walks in with Canelo Alvarez and say, I'm going to just sit there and want to take his punches. I don't know that fighter. I don't know who that person is. Jermell Charlo tried to get away. You can try to get away. That's fine. Try. Cool. I seen Terrence Crawford get rocked by Mean Machine and Gamboa. What type of question is this? Are we serious? If Gamboa can rock, Terrence Crawford and Mean Machine can do it, I'm pretty sure Canelo Alvarez could do it. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm tripping or crazy or something.
Can you say that again? Hey, Deem, somebody responded. Say that again.
That was before Snack.
Oh, okay, got you.
That was before Snack. Listen here, man. All I know is Canelo Alvarez be having horse meat and stuff too. Do y'all not know who Canelo Alvarez camp is?
Let's be real about the shit.
So let me
All
say
right, so
this.
hold on. So wait a minute. So Deem, you are saying I just want to make sure we clear. So you are saying, Deem, that Terrence Crawford won't be able to stand up under the punches because everybody else ran from Canelo. Now Anton is here. Now we already know Anton's been here a couple times before. We already know who he's a fan of. So we got to get his perspective, and then we're going to go to D1. Anton, can you hear me?
Hold on, man,
Yes,
Jamari.
sir. Yes,
Hold on.
sir.
I wanted to say to finish with this point, though. We can't. What we're doing with this Terrence Crawford fight is being so optimistic. If Crawford does this and what he did in the past, do y'all know everything that Terrence Crawford accomplished, Canelo Alvarez has been accomplished at higher weight classes? Miss me with the experience shit. Canelo has more experience. Miss me with the undisputed shit. Last time I checked, do I got to talk about it with Canelo Alvarez? Resume talk. We know who got the better resume. So just don't be one-sided with it. Like Canelo can't add things or learn things. He's the younger fighter, I might add as well. Like Canelo's going to just walk in here and just want to lose to Terrence Crawford. Like when Canelo Alvarez signed this contract, he didn't know everything that Terrence Crawford brought to the table already. What I think that everybody is doing drastically, and I'm having a big issue with this, is y'all are underestimating the hell out of Canelo Alvarez. I don't care if you don't like him or think he's a duck. That part doesn't matter. The part that actually matters, though, is that I've seen Terrence Crawford last fight versus Madrimov. If he gets hit with those same punches versus Canelo, he's not going to win this fight. If Terrence Crawford goes in there like he did against Madrimov, and nobody has no evidence to say that he won't, he's not going to win that fight. Remember, y'all, and I'm going to let everybody else go, but Manager Marty, remember this? We was having these same conversations before Bud got to 154. And I'm pretty sure people like my guy that was just talking was saying he was going to stop Madrimov. That guy got 12 fights. He going to look better at 154. Y'all Bud fans was telling me he was going to look
Stronger.
better at 154. No, he
Stronger.
didn't. So you
I ain't
don't
a
have
Bud
no
fan.
evidence to say none of the stuff that y'all say. That is your feelings. That is your opinion. But if we're going off of actual boxing and what we saw with our eyes, I can't say nothing in my heart to say he's going to stop Canelo Alvarez, a guy we have never seen stopped.
My turn, Marty.
Yes, sir.
Man, Jamarty.
It's you, bro.
Go
It's you,
ahead,
bro.
bro. I
Yeah,
think he muted,
go
bro.
ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right, so like Marty said in the beginning, you know who I'm a fan of, and yes, I'm a fan of Terrence Crawford, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't. I'm looking for what we seen the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Dimitri Bivol. Bivol had success because one, he never let Canelo really get into a rhythm. That jab to the chest, that 1-2, kept the 1-2 in his face, the jab, boom, to the chest, make Canelo reset every time. It's not even the punches. When you look at what Bivol did, he really did it with footwork. And I don't know
That's a fact.
Terrence Crawford, I don't know if he can go in there and simulate that same thing. I'm gonna tell you what I think is gonna happen. I think
Crawford
Terrence
pivots
Crawford
like a
will look.
motherfucker, bro.
I
He
I
pivots like
think
a motherfucker.
no, he does. He
Mm-hmm.
does. But listen, I think Terrence Crawford will have success in the first couple rounds, like anywhere between round 1 to 4. Right. What's gonna happen after that? I feel as though that pressure and mentally and Canelo's power and able to. I mean, he's not the best guy cutting off the ring, but he can cut the ring off. But we all know when you bulk up, that's what the 154, what I seen. When Terrence Crawford bulked up and put on that weight, he didn't his speed wasn't the same. Same thing with Charlo.
Mm.
Charlo at 154, footwork was phenomenal. Good speed, everything like that. Counter off the jab, could fight on his back foot, all types of shit, and he got up there to 168, and we didn't see none of that. And a lot of people say, "Oh no, Terrence Crawford and Jamel Charlo are two different fighters. He's nowhere near on Bud level." I would reckon back in those times at 154, if Bud would have won up to Fort Charlo, dog, that would have been Bud hardest fight. Charlo,
Charlo was undisputed.
I hate when people just try to act like boxing, like the Charlos and Spence and these dudes wasn't running boxing. These dudes were the stars in boxing until all of that other stuff took place. And we know what happened in the Earl fight and everything like that. It's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that fans, casual fans, don't know. Earl staying at that weight for years, waiting for that fight, all types of stuff that eventually cost him his straps and amongst other things. But my thing with Bud is I understand you training hard, you doing listen, I want him to win. But when I'm being realistic as a Crawford fan, I feel like Canelo gonna get him to the body and
Mm.
break him down. Like he's gonna stop
Mm.
with those body shots. He's gonna stop that movement that you're gonna have to do in order to stay away from the power punches. And if you notice, I'm gonna land my plane here. But if you notice what Canelo does when people say he can't cut the ring off, they just talking about his footwork. But if you notice what Canelo did to Charlo and a couple other people, he cuts the ring off by throwing hooks. So he'll
Yeah.
throw a punch where you're moving at. Like he'll anticipate where you're if you about to go left or try to slide out right, he'll throw a hook to keep you in front of him and then hook again on the other hand to keep you in front of he that's how he cuts the ring off. If you watches his fights, he cut the ring off with punches. His footwork
Yep.
ain't the best. Now it was at 154 when he fought Laura and all those guys, but go back and watch with Daniel Jacobs in his fight. And the way he was getting out of the way of all Daniel Jacobs' punches. He looked like Floyd Mayweather in that damn ring. Dipping
Salute
all
to
that.
you,
But
bro.
I don't know
Yeah,
Salute
what
to
Mexican
you.
Bud
style with
I
Mayweather
don't know if
style.
Bud is gonna be able
Well,
to stand up to them punches. I just I we just gotta wait and see. But
Yeah.
I'm kinda 50-50 with this fight, but as a true fan of Bud, I'm kind of leaning towards Canelo. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I ain't gonna front. Anton, I thought that you was gonna come up here and you know, because I know you're an avid Terrence Crawford fan. You're the first Terrence Crawford fan that I've ever heard say that Canelo Alvarez has a legitimate chance of winning this fight.
You
Now,
know
hold
why,
on,
Marty? You know
He's a
why?
real
Because
one.
I'm a fan of boxing over any fighter.
Thank you.
Facts.
and I appreciate that. I think that's a great thing. We got
It
Terrence
was
best
my turn.
videos.
I
We
thought it was
we
my turn to go real quick. I just got a
who was
quick
that? Who was that?
football.
My man
It's
D1.
D1. D1, yeah.
Oh yeah, my fault. All right, so what? There it is. D1, and then my man J Rock, and then I'm gonna give an introduction to Terrence best videos. Go ahead, D Rock.
And
I
before
mean
y'all go,
D1.
can I go after them if you don't mind?
Shout out. Shout out to the last fan that was just keeping it real about Terrence Crawford because you know what? The other Terrence Crawford fans, their level of delusion is admirable. It really is, man. Because what Terrence Crawford relies on is his athletic ability, his
Hmm.
quick twitch, and what goes out the window when you start scaling weight classes. Now he's about to jump from 54 to 68. Both of those things I just mentioned go out the fucking window when he's got all this extra weight on him. I know you guys want to say, oh, well, he was cutting weight and it's going to be different now because now he just goes in as walk around weight. It's much, much different. When you don't cut that weight, you're not as fast. You fucking get slower. Your reaction time is much different. And not
No,
to
we
mention him
get that.
being
That's really
38
simple.
fucking years old.
We get
All
that.
right? He's
That's a
4 years
simple
younger
way
than
of
me.
looking at
Can
it.
you stop talking while I'm talking,
That's
buddy?
real simple. You keep saying shit we already know. We know he's a
Dude,
bigger fighter. We
I don't
get
give
that.
a fuck what I'm
So
saying.
just
I'm
stop saying
talking. You're
shit
not
that we don't
supposed
know
to be
then. We
talking,
getting
Yo,
into it,
let him
goofy.
let
fighter.
let
Fuck
D1
is
let
you
D1
talking
finish.
about?
Let D1
You
finish.
wasting everybody's time talking about weight
Fucking
when we
goof
already
troop.
know that.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Yo,
Bro,
chill,
you
y'all.
talking tough. I'm not
Yo,
even about to engage
Fucking
with
yo,
you,
goofy
bro.
lane.
Like,
You don't
Chill,
know
bro,
who
y'all.
the fuck you're
Chill,
talking
y'all.
to.
Please,
Hey,
y'all
bro.
please,
niggas
chill,
got
y'all.
Chill ain't
Chill.
got shit, bro.
D1
Trey
chill,
Crawford get
Brody
Shut
everybody
chill.
your
out.
bitch
The
ass
other
up.
bro
Fighter,
chill.
bro. Chill with the
You
tough
piece
guy
the
shit,
fuck
bro.
up in real life. Shut
Fighter,
your
chill
D1
bitch
with the
ass
chill,
tough
bro.
guy
up.
shit.
Stop
D1, my
talking
New
while other
York
people's
brother.
Chill with the
talking.
tough
D1
guy shit.
chill,
Stop with the
please.
tough guy shit, bro. Just stop. Chill.
Go ahead, D1. Finish your point.
Oh, fuck this retard. Goofy ass bitch. Want to cut people
Yeah,
off because
bro.
D1,
it's hurting your
You
fucking
old
D1,
as
feelings.
fuck,
D1.
dog.
This
You old
Dean,
as hell.
D1,
I promise you,
relax.
you
My
not like
other
that.
guy, relax.
Chill out.
Let's move on, y'all. Let's move on to the
Listen,
next
listen.
thing. Go ahead,
I'm
Feelings
D1.
not
are
gonna
getting
just say this.
hurt. My
I'ma
feelings are
just say
hurt
this.
from
I'ma
somebody
You
just
did
else
you
stating their
did cut him
opinion,
off
I'm
so
though, bro. You
I gotta
did
keep
cut him off.
talking.
right. Okay.
Fucking
Yeah, that's
goofy,
his
bro.
that's his
Man, go ahead
opinion,
with
bro.
your point, or I'm
Let
gonna go ahead
D1
and
get
go
his
with my point.
opinion
Cause
off.
honestly, bro,
That's
I
his
ain't trying to.
opinion.
You hurt. Your feelings are hurt, buddy.
My
It's all
feelings are
good.
hurt. You the one talking
Your
about my feelings.
feelings are in
I'm
a
just saying
Bro,
stop
tizzy
bro,
right
repeating
now.
yourself
y'all,
over and over
y'all,
again.
You
y'all,
just keep
y'all, y'all.
talking.
Please, y'all. Let D1 brother, you cut D1 off. I
Fuck
know you
no.
may not like what he's saying
All
and
right,
all
go
that. I
ahead
get it.
then.
But yeah,
Let
that's
let
his
All right,
D1
opinion.
all right.
finish and then
That's all,
we'll keep
bro.
rocking.
I ain't say
All right, you
shit
got
while
it.
you was talking. I ain't cutting you
Go
off. I'm
ahead.
not
You got
trying
it.
to
You can
get out in
finish.
D1,
front of you
go, go.
talking shit.
D1, leave it alone. D1,
Go ahead,
finish what you
D1.
were
Go ahead.
saying,
Finish your
D1.
All
Go
point.
ahead.
right, I'm trying to, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Things go out the window when you rely on athleticism and fucking what Terrence Crawford relies on. It starts to go out the window. We've seen evidence of that at 54 when he took 3 straight fucking rights directly to the beak. You guys want to act like it wasn't shit because Terrence Crawford did a little stuck out his tongue and danced it off. But guess what? Now he's going up 2 more weight classes. He catches 3 straight rights from fucking Canelo. It's good night, sir.
Okay, to that, and I'm gonna be real short. I understand, which I've been saying since the beginning. I understand that Canelo is a bigger fighter. He's a much bigger fighter. I get that. I believe he has skill. He has skill. This is my thing. Everyone is looking past. Has Canelo ever dismantled a fighter? Listen, this is the question that I'm asking to the panel. Has Canelo ever dismantled a fighter that we thought was he was in a 50-50 fight with? Has he ever dismantled them in the way that Crawford did to Errol? That's what we say about skill. Canelo has never
Mm.
done that. Canelo might outbox somebody. Canelo might knock somebody out. But Canelo,
Mm-hmm.
I have never watched a fight and saw Canelo. I'm like, damn, this dude is
Bro,
just one of the
Canelo
most
dominated
amazing.
Caleb
Like,
Hold
Plant,
on.
listen,
I
bro.
man,
was just
talk.
about to say
Can
he
I hold
dominated
on?
Right,
Caleb
bro?
Plant.
What? But do you
Let
watch
me finish.
boxing?
Let me hold
You
on. Let me
can't.
finish my
Let him
point.
finish, y'all. Let him finish. Go
I
ahead,
have
Red.
never seen. Listen, I doubted Crawford. I'm not gonna lie. I used to doubt Crawford as well. So I'm not this big ass Crawford fan. I know it sounds like it, but I'm not. When I saw what he did to Errol Spence, And I'm like, I heard people making excuses for Spence, like, oh, he went through the car window and all that stuff. He did. But what I saw, that ain't had shit to do with a broken body. Crawford went in there and dismantled. Like he knew everything Errol was
Hurry
gonna
up.
do.
You're saying
It was
shit we already know. You're saying shit we already heard.
Chill, D1.
You see how corny
Hold
that
on.
is, bro?
Can I
no,
Chill.
say something?
because
Though? Can I
the
say
reason
something?
why I'm making this point is because I keep hearing people say, like, oh, he's relying on athleticism. He's relying on this or that. No, he's relying on being a fucking great fighter. He's
So
relying on he's a skillful fighter. He's relying on the
Hold
fact that he
on.
can
so
download.
Rad, so Rad,
Hold
There's
so
on.
no
Rad,
doubt he's all of
so
that.
Rad. Hold on, guys. So Rad, let's put
Yeah.
a pin in that. Terrence Crawford is a great skill fighter. I got another question, but I got a super chat. Before I read the super chat, I gotta let my guy J Rock come in. J Rock, go ahead, big dog.
J-Rock, you muted, bro.
Yeah, he muted.
You muted, my guy.
Yeah. You might as well
Yo,
read the
He
super
either
chat.
muted on
Oh,
McDonald's
there we go.
Wi-Fi, one or the other. He ain't saying shit.
Terrence,
Yo,
let
J Rock,
Terrence
yo,
go then.
J Rock, you here?
Rock.
Hold on, let me see something. Hey, J Rock, you here, J Rock?
Yeah.
All right,
Hello.
we
All right,
can hear you. Go ahead,
we can hear
big
you, bro.
dog.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, you
Yeah, go
good,
ahead.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Look, man, it's a couple things I wanted to touch on, man. It seemed like it's, you know what I'm saying, there's some Earl Spence fans on here, you know what I'm saying, but y'all don't really want to say too much.
No, we
Um,
talking about
I'm a
Canelo,
Boots
bro.
guy.
We
We
talking about
Boots
Canelo
fans.
no,
right
Let's
no,
get
now.
no,
it
no,
out.
no, 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 no. I'm getting around too. I just wanted to say that too, though, man. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's a lot of leftover hate going on. You know what I'm saying? When y'all making y'all points, you know what I'm saying? What's your name, Dean? You know what I'm saying? You seem like you a hater, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know what I'm saying?
The
Bro,
fuck?
But
bro,
listen,
bro, 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 don't mention
I,
my name, bro, because you don't watch my
hey,
content or
hey,
know. So just keep
Dean,
make
just
it
let
it
him
don't
something
matter.
talk,
know.
But
Dean.
hold on, no,
Dean, just let him talk.
let me finish,
Hold
Holmes.
on, Dean.
Nah,
Let me
you
finish,
mention my
Holmes.
name. It
Talk,
ain't no
Dean.
let you finish and you mention my name,
Let me
bro.
finish.
I'm just
Let
letting
me
you know
finish,
you
Holmes.
don't know what you're talking
Fucking
You
about.
seem,
facts,
Hey,
Dean.
Dean,
but you
let him
You
seem
don't
finish,
even know
bro.
angry
how
though,
me and
Holmes. And
manager, ask manager Marty how me and manager Marty met
you,
before you start
I,
speaking, fam.
but I'm just saying.
Yo, let him
No,
finish,
Even now, you
Dean.
seem
I'm just
angry,
saying,
huh?
don't
Man,
open
leave the
your mouth
tough
about
talk up.
shit
Hey,
Come
you
on,
don't
man.
know what
Let
the
him
fuck you
finish.
we
talking
gotta
about.
let
All
people
right,
be wrong,
I'm
man. Let
always
people be
angry.
wrong, man.
You
All right, hold
ain't
on.
been
Let
talking
let let him
shit.
finish. Let him finish. Let him finish, y'all. Go ahead, J Rock.
Hey, yeah, you seem angry though, Holmes. I mean, I'm just talking what
Bro,
I
you
see. I'm
mentioned
just
my
telling you what I
name,
see, bro.
my nigga.
Let's move
All
on,
right, then
cause
continue,
you
make your
seem
point,
angry,
my
like I
guy,
say.
and you don't
Smooth
know
that
what you're
transition,
talking
I,
man.
about.
Let
And
him
then
I,
you
get through
mad
all
that
his
I
I,
said you
points.
don't know what you're
Let him
I
talking
talk.
about.
got you. I got you,
Okay,
man. I
continue.
got you.
Thank you.
I got you, bro. All right, but listen, I wanted to say that at first, so I got that out of the way. But I keep hearing this when he was at 154. Marjamov did this, he did that. If you guys know boxing, man, go back and look at that fight. Terrence Crawford dominated Marjamov, man. It wasn't close. I keep hearing my other guy. You seem angry too, bro. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
crazy if you think
I
that fight
yeah
wasn't close. You're smoking bud fucking
yeah
poles. What you're doing.
no.
It
Again, you
wasn't
seem
close.
angry, but I'm
It
just bringing
wasn't
up
I'm the
close.
points,
angry
bro.
white
That's
No,
all.
guy.
the
I'm
score, the
fucking
score was
Yeah,
the
angry.
score was
You
right
hit
on
that
that
nail
fight.
on the head.
115,
you
The
113.
you
fuck?
That was
seem
it.
It
angry,
wasn't
So,
man.
close.
Yo,
All
let
right.
him
So
finish.
hold on.
Let J Rock finish,
so,
y'all.
Yeah, you
so.
seem angry, dog. We just talking boxing, man. You ain't no fighter. Are you about to
Bro,
fight?
you're not talking
I,
boxing when
We
you
I,
we
start
could
I,
talk
going
It's
at
bigger than
anytime
people
you
instead
boxing
of
want.
with him,
making your
dog. That's
point.
why
Bro,
he sound
finish
Make
like
your
your
that.
point,
point,
man.
bro.
It's
Finish
bigger
your
than
point.
boxing with him. That's why he sound like that. I'm telling you, I already know what
Stop.
this shit is. Because you're not giving Crawford no credit. You keep talking about fucking athleticism.
Let him finish
Like
his
that's
You
how
point,
don't
you
know
bruh.
feel
me or
sometimes.
what I say
Because
about
he's
Terrence
smarter than you
Crawford.
was
Never.
picking
You ever
Crawford.
go to my channel and watch
Listen,
my
so
content,
hey,
goofy?
so all of
No,
that
you
hey, man,
wasn't
we
haven't.
can't
boxing.
even. I
Let
can't
J
even
Rock
talk
finish,
All of
without.
it
y'all.
wasn't boxing.
I
All of
can't
it
even
wasn't
talk without people
boxing
getting in
picking
their
Yo,
Crawford.
feelings, man. I don't know
chill,
none of y'all,
chill.
bro.
All right,
Stop
I don't
mentioning
know
This,
none of
people's
That's
y'all,
why
names
bro.
you
then.
shouldn't be speaking on people.
all right,
You
hold on,
don't
I
hold
know
don't,
on.
none of us.
I
Thank
Hey,
you.
don't know you
fellas,
Like
though.
I'm
fellas,
just saying,
I
make it
fellas,
Facts.
don't,
fellas.
clear.
This manager Marty. This
I
manager
don't,
Marty talking.
I
Fellas, hold
don't
on, hear
know
me
you,
out.
bro.
J Rock, hold on, J Rock. This manager Marty. We all gentlemen here, right? I don't care if y'all y'all curse, we can go back and forth. But hold on, remember, nobody can hear everybody talking at the same time, so it messed the feedback up for the audience. All right, we got you. I got it regulated. We all everybody gonna talk. I promise you. After J Rock though, I want best videos to come because Terrence best videos been waiting for a minute. Let J Rock finish, y'all. We men. We gonna get everybody gonna get their joint off. I promise you. J Rock, go ahead, J Rock.
Oh man.
Go ahead,
All
J
right,
Rock. You
man.
got
But
it.
nah, I just want to say, if you're a boxing fan, you know Terrence Crawford dominated that fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now it was closer than a lot of his other fights. You know what I'm saying? That's why people saying, "Oh, look what Major Moore did." You know what I'm saying? He hurt him. He hit him with 3 straight rights. But like I said, go back and look at that fight. It wasn't close. But another thing that I wanted to
That's an
touch on,
opinion.
man. Okay, I got you, bro. I got you. Another thing that I wanted to touch on here though is, are we asking the right questions, man? I keep hearing y'all say, will he be able to take Canelo punches? Or will he be able to take, you know what I'm saying, deal with Canelo's power? Um, will Canelo be able to deal with the precision and the preciseness of Terrence Crawford punches? You know what I'm saying? You talking about the best pound for pound fight out here, man, in the
Hold on.
world, bro. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody giving them credit.
That's
I
another
keep
opinion.
hearing,
Hey,
huh? Yeah,
90,
huh?
90,
You talking
95
about the
out of
best pound for pound? You talking about the best pound for pound fighter in the
95
world
punches.
right now, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
But
95, 95 punches landed out of
Bro, who
433.
not giving
That's not
Terrence
accurate.
oh,
Crawford credit? Who's
That's not
saying
Wait,
accurate.
Terrence
what?
Crawford
huh?
trash and a bum and not a great? Who not
Nobody
giving Terrence
said that.
Crawford credit?
Not a single
Oh,
person said that. He's one of the best
somebody on here
fighters in
just
the
said,
world. And
Because
if
we
it
don't think
wasn't
that he
two
somebody
can
on
beat
weight
here just
Canelo
said,
classes, I'd
Alvarez.
give
We
him a
not giving him
chance.
credit.
hold on, bro. Somebody on here just, I don't know if it was you or the other guy, just said the only reason he beat Earl Spence because he was in a car crash and this and that and this and that.
That
No,
wasn't me
Ain't
that
I didn't
said
nobody
that.
on
say
here
that.
really giving
That
my man
wasn't
no
me.
credit. Oh, somebody said that.
All
Somebody
right, look,
said that,
It
and
was
I
we
think
on
he
me.
was a
Canelo.
Bud fan.
We on
Yeah, I
Canelo.
got you.
We on Canelo.
Yeah,
To
I'm
be
on
real,
Canelo. Yeah,
when
I'm
you
on
see,
Canelo too. But I'm just saying, ain't
when
nobody,
you,
ain't nobody really giving my man no credit up here for real. But
We
let's
calling
ask
the
the
number
real
one
question.
pound for pound fighter.
Let's let's answer this though. With the
You
exception of
on
Floyd
you on
Mayweather,
autopilot.
What do you
Land your
want us to
Yo,
plane,
do,
bro.
chill,
bro?
chill, y'all, chill.
Oh my
Go
God.
ahead,
with
good
the
rock.
exception of Floyd Mayweather, who has Canelo fought with the
Huh?
skills and the IQ and the
What?
huh? With the skills and the IQ
They gonna say old ass
as
Kodo.
a turn score.
70-year-old
Huh?
Kodo. That's who he fought.
Triple G,
Who
70-year-old
Man,
who
Triple
Kodo.
G,
Listen,
he
listen,
has a
listen,
much
listen,
I
better
listen,
wouldn't
listen,
resume.
who
listen,
even
listen,
call
no
Triple
him
listen.
G,
Kodo.
no. I said with the skill set and the athleticism
He fought
and
Laura, he fought
and the IQ
Dimitri
and the IQ
Bivol.
that
Austin
Terrence
Trout.
was up.
Okay, since you're talking,
Huh?
how much do you think
Did this dude?
Canelo is a skilled
You
fighter? Do you
Did
do
he
you
say
think
you
Trout?
Canelo's
sound like a
skilled?
fool,
He
cuz.
definitely he
You
faced
sound like
God,
Dimitri Bivol.
This dude
He
say
who
faced
sound like a
you
Dimitri
crazy?
you
Bivol. Y'all let
you
him finish this point.
you
But
sound like a
Dimitri
fool,
Bivol
my
to
man.
answer your question. Dimitri
Okay,
Bivol.
My man, you sound like an idiot. You sound like an idiot, Holmes. He's nowhere on that level. His skill set is
Dimitri
nowhere near
Bivol
Wow,
is
the
not
wow,
level
on
of
that
Bud
wow.
level.
Crawford.
Kick this fucking guy the fuck up out of here. You don't
What the
know
You
shit
fuck
you
is
about
going
sound
boxing.
you
You're
on?
a
sound
fanboy.
ridiculous, bro.
bro, stop it.
You
Hold on,
sound
Chill,
chill.
y'all,
ridiculous.
chill.
Hold on. Hey, who has
You
Bud
sound
fought?
ridiculous.
Hold on. Who has Bud fought
You
Terrence
less on the
Crawford
caliber of
can't beat
Canelo?
Dimitri
you
Bivol.
you sound
Terrence
stupid,
Crawford
bro.
can't
Bud
beat
Crawford
Dimitri
can't
Bivol at
fuck with no
168.
ball.
Yo,
So
yo,
let me
yo,
95
ask
out
you
of
yo,
this.
The fuck are
95
we
out of
Let me
talking
433.
ask you
about?
this.
yo, chill. Yo,
Let
chill,
me
Yeah.
y'all.
ask you this, bro.
Dang, this is crazy, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Yo,
Ask your
chill,
question.
chill, y'all. Hold on.
So
Go ahead, J Rock.
so so Dimitri on the level of Floyd.
You
No,
said
man,
skill
Terrence not
set.
on
man,
the
why
level
y'all
of
keep
Floyd
bringing
No,
up
but
either.
Floyd
Terrence ain't on
Mayweather,
the
man? That's
level of
crazy.
them
Like
guys neither.
Terrence is
So
not on the Floyd
You said,
level.
wait, hold
But
on,
you
Dean.
can't.
Hold on, Dean. Hold
Go
on.
ahead,
I just
y'all.
want
I'm
to get a
sorry,
basis
y'all.
of what hold on. I just want to get a basis of what you asking. You said name somebody that has an IQ and a skill set, right?
Yes, that's what he said.
And the
Okay, cool.
athleticism.
All
Okay.
right, cool.
Athleticism
You
Okay.
didn't say that
as
at
Hey,
well.
hold
first.
on.
You didn't say that at
I
first. You
did.
added
I
that in.
did. You gotta
Name.
listen, my boy.
Hold on.
You gotta
Man,
Hey,
listen,
hold
my
on.
guy.
Listen, brother,
Hold on.
I'm a
You gotta
Terrence
listen.
Crawford fan, and everybody on this panel knows
No,
that,
you're
and I
not.
stated
No, you're
that.
not. No, you're
Yes,
not.
he
Cause
yeah,
you
he
is,
is.
cause
He's
no,
bruh.
just
no, no,
not
no,
a
no, no,
Nah,
no,
fucking
no.
you
Yes,
chain
he
crazy as
smoker
is,
hell.
like
brother.
you.
You crazy
Chill,
as hell.
chill. Hey, J Rock,
Yeah.
this
What's up?
manager Marty, you my guy. I'm vouching for Anton. He's a Terrence Crawford fan, homie. I'm vouching for him.
But
I
listen,
know
but
he,
listen,
huh?
but listen. But he the one that just said That's why Earl Spence lost because he was in the accident. Wasn't that true,
No,
bro?
I did not.
No,
I
that was
No,
never
no,
me.
he
said
You
that.
see,
said,
that
No,
wasn't
bro, you
him. That
keep
was not
coming
him.
at people and don't
hold
know
on,
what
hold on,
you're
hold on,
talking
hold on,
about.
He
hold on,
said,
Can
hold
you
on. I
make
got
your
it.
point,
I
brother?
never said
I
that.
got it. Hold on,
God
J-Rock. I got
damn.
it.
No,
I
manager
got it.
Marty, he keep coming at people and don't know what he's talking
That
about.
was me.
All
I
right, I
said
Can
got
you
it.
that
I
was
tell
me.
him
got
to
it.
stop
All right,
doing
J-Rock.
that?
Y'all said
Yeah, bro.
that was me.
It was a
Yo,
Terrence
this is
Crawford fan
crazy.
that said that.
Hey,
Yo,
man.
I'm
yo.
That was
sorry,
me.
manager
oh,
Marty,
I,
but damn, he keep coming at people and then don't
Right.
know what he talking about. And I'm
Right. But
supposed to
listen,
just sit
listen,
here
listen.
and say
Hey, but
nothing.
Let,
hold
let
on,
me
hold on.
let me say
Hey,
let me
can I?
make a point. I was the one that said that. I was saying that in the sense of that people was not giving him the credit because he went in a car accident. I
who is
didn't say
this?
that I
Yeah.
didn't give Crawford credit, but he was wrong in that sense. That was me that said that, bro.
Who's
I said that.
who said? Who is this?
Rad,
Who is
Rad,
me?
Rad.
Ain't you a
That's
Terrence
another
Crawford fan?
Terrence.
Yeah, he a
Yep.
Terrence
Yeah,
Crawford
you
fan,
didn't
Yeah,
give
he
him
a
the
J-Rock.
Buff
credit.
fan.
Hold, let
You
him
didn't give
Yeah.
him
finish.
the
Let him
credit.
finish.
Exactly.
No,
So
no, bro.
he
You
not
gotta
no
chill
fan.
out.
He disqualified. Get him out
Now
of
he
here.
ain't
You're
no
not.
fan because he don't
No,
agree
that's
with
not
you
why.
either.
Oh
Because he
Get the
ain't
man,
fuck
He
smoking
out
not
of
no
J-Rock,
here,
what
fan,
you
dog.
bro.
saying, dog?
Now who
because
in
he
they
ain't
feelings
Detroit
now,
head.
nigga?
He
Who
Hold
in they
on, bro.
feelings
he
now? Because he don't agree
Yeah.
with you.
he.
That
Get your
wasn't my
goofy
feelings,
ass
bro.
out of here,
Yo,
dog.
That
Hey,
wasn't my
yo,
Hey,
feelings.
my
J-Rock,
man,
I'm
I ain't.
saying,
Sit
Hey,
your
bro.
my man,
goofy
I ain't
ass
never in my
down.
feelings.
He took the whole D,
So
bro.
That
because
was
he don't
Hey,
agree
my
with
man,
you,
I
now
ain't
he
never
ain't
in
a
my
Bud
feelings,
fan.
home.
Y'all hear this
Hey, yo,
knob
yo,
guy
I ain't.
voice?
chill,
Hey,
y'all.
hey,
so
my
how you
man,
gonna say
not
I'm not a
me.
Crawford
hey,
fan?
hold on, hold
I
on.
am a
You
I'm
the
gonna say
Crawford
you
this.
fan.
the one
I got a
mad, bro.
question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because
No,
you
I
being a
am a
sucker.
Hold
I
on,
get
hey,
Hey,
mad
quiet
when
I got a
ass
people
nigga.
do
question.
You
nut
see,
shit.
nigga.
You
Hold on,
right.
I got a
Hey,
I
question.
am mad. I get
hold on.
mad when people do nut ass shit
that's
like
He,
that.
he
You
doing
Hold on,
nut
I got a
shit
but
for
question.
Yo,
real.
you
yo,
can't
chill.
see me though, bro.
Hold on,
bro,
I got
you
a
was
question.
You
wrong.
can't see
Huh?
me, home.
Yeah, you
Hold on,
Huh?
you
hold
Hey,
took
on,
my
off
man,
on
why you
you
so
took off on
mad?
that
I
account.
don't know you,
Bro,
fam.
I'll
Hold
go
on,
Nah,
live
you
right now
getting
and
hold
cook
mad
on,
you.
for
hold on, hold
I'll
real,
on.
go
bro.
live right now and cook you.
let me make a
Hold
You
on,
want
I
I'll
got a
go
Yo,
in
question.
here
yo,
right
Hold
now
chill,
on,
and
hold
we
on.
D.
can have a
I got a question. I
conversation.
got a question.
I'll go
bro,
live
chill
right
out, bro. I
now.
gotta chill.
Hold
Yo,
on, I
Hey,
got a
D,
yo,
just
question.
yo,
chill,
yo,
No,
chill.
I'm
yo,
gonna
let's
chill
Relax
now because
now.
no
Hey,
manager
hold
Marty
on,
tell him chill.
hold
He
on.
Hey,
keep
Hold on,
coming
J-Rock, you
at
hold on.
got,
Hey,
people
y'all
D.
got
and he
chill.
and then don't
Hold
want
on,
fellas,
nobody
hold
to
on.
respond.
fellas,
Hold
let's
Yo,
on, yeah,
yo,
hold
respect
on,
y'all
hold
got
on.
manager
chill
Marty.
though.
I got a
Fellas,
question.
let's respect
I got a
manager
question.
Marty's platform. Let's
Hey,
respect
hold on, hold
manager
on.
Oh,
Marty platform,
all
fellas.
right,
Hey, I got
listen,
a
Hey,
y'all,
yeah,
question.
yeah,
listen.
yeah.
All right,
I got a
listen.
question.
I
This manager
I
Marty
can go with
talking.
that.
All right, look, this
I can
manager
go with
Marty
that. My
talking.
bad, bro.
Yeah,
No,
I got a
listen,
question.
listen, y'all. We men. This manager Marty talking. This is me. I let y'all get out of hand because y'all know on any other time, and everybody on the panel, y'all know me. Y'all know I wouldn't let nobody use the N word. Y'all know I wouldn't let people be cursing and all that. But we rocking out tonight. Now, what was you saying again, J Rock? What was you
Oh my.
saying, dog? What was you saying?
Hey,
No,
listen.
no, I'm
Hey,
saying that
listen,
because wait,
man.
whoa, J Rock, hold
Hey, I
on,
got
J
a
Rock.
question.
I'm saying J Rock. The reason why I'm asking you what you're saying is because you're coming at people, but you don't have the information. Just because somebody
All right.
don't agree with you, don't mean they're not a Bud fan. Most of these guys up here, at least the guys that I've been hearing, most
Yeah,
of
I'm a
them are
Buck fan.
Bud
Yeah.
fans. Most of
All
them are
right.
Bud
I
fans,
let
bro. So you
I let
can't
me
Oh,
say this,
man,
disqualify
man.
he's
somebody
right,
because they
though.
don't agree
Yeah,
with you.
he
Hold on,
took
hold
my
on.
point.
Hold on, I got a question.
I let me say this though, man. Jamadi. Hey, listen,
Don't throw no more
man.
shots,
I
J
ain't
Rock. I
taking.
let you throw 5 or 6,
Hey, listen.
man. Come
I
on, man.
listen, man.
Right on,
I don't
Jones,
take none
too.
of this personal, bro.
Yeah, I know it's just
Get
I
business.
off
don't
his
take
I
none of
don't
this
take it
feelings.
J
personal.
personal
Rock,
Hurry
either.
up.
I
Hurry
just
up,
like
bro.
that
J
they
Rock,
I don't.
just
Hurry
like
up.
talking like that.
J Rock, are you a Terrence Crawford fan?
Is this the guy that said that wild
Do
shit
it matter, bro?
about
No,
Answer
I
the
didn't say
question.
that. No,
I
no,
mean,
that wasn't me.
Yo,
He
answer,
ain't
Don't
answer
worry
that
say
about
question, J Rock.
Answer what I'm asking you.
Hey,
Are you a Terrence
No,
Canelo.
no,
Crawford
hold on,
fan?
hold on. Go ahead, J
Are you
Rock.
a Terrence
Are you a
Crawford fan?
Of course. But
Okay,
this the
cool.
thing though.
But are you a
I'm
fan that's
talking to
able to be critical
what's your
of the
name,
fighters that
Rav?
you like? No,
no,
Yeah,
that's my
I'm
What's your
man,
no,
name, Rav?
Anton.
AT.
That's
no,
Anton,
Rav.
Oh,
bro.
all right.
no.
Hold on,
Hey,
Anton. Let me get my
yeah,
man Rev together right quick. Hold on, bro.
J
Hey,
no.
Rock,
Hey,
hold
Canelo,
on,
Rev.
I'm the
bro.
who you
one who
talking to
asked
Hey,
you,
though?
hold on.
bro.
Hey, I got a question. Hold on.
Ray,
Hold,
hold on,
hold on. Let me
Hold
get
on.
my man Rev.
Who is
J
Can
Let me
we
Rock.
get my
let
AT?
man
Terrence
Rev. I
go?
just want to
Can
ask
we
you a
let
question.
Terrence go?
J
Who is
Rock.
this?
Hold on, I gotta do this super chat, and then I gotta let Terrence grow. Hold on. Double salute. Everybody got to mute your phone though. Double salute to my guy Hodge, the manager, aka my man Aaron H. Muhammad. He's a day one supporter, member of the channel, supervisor of the Road to Take Film crew, manager Marty. I always say the fighter who is in the best. Excuse me. Let me read that again. Manager Marty. I always say the fighter who is the best at making adjustments during the fight usually comes out victorious. And that is definitely a true statement. Before we move forward, thank you again, Hodge. Support to the channel. Thank you. Appreciate you. Listen, we got Terrence Best videos. We know he's an avid Terrence Bud Crawford fan. He's here. He's waited his turn. People are saying, Terrence, that Terrence Bud Crawford can dominate and even knock Canelo Alvarez out. Brother, I know you real sometimes when you talk about Terrence Crawford. I need you to be real today. How this fight going to turn out, bro? Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. What's your take?
Well, I just want to say this. I keep hearing people saying that Bud got rocked, and he did. He did a
He
couple
ain't
times.
asked you that, bro.
But no, can I just say something? So
Let him
he
finish,
did.
yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. So he did get rocked, and I want to say, yeah, the reason he got rocked in those fights is it was a different mindset. You know what I'm saying? So in those fights, it wasn't just that he had to win the fight. He had to not only win those fights, he had to look good winning them. And that's the difference. In this fight against Canelo, he don't have to look good. He just has to win the fight. So it was just like with Spence. When he went there to fight Spence, he was relaxed. And if y'all looked at the fight, he had his hands up high. Now if y'all saw him fight at 147, he didn't do that. He didn't keep his hands up like that. He was inviting punishment to try to knock people out. That was his goal, to knock you out, to knock those opponents out. He was
You
baiting
do
them
know
in.
Canelo's up 6 rounds before the bell even rings, right? You just said
I, I,
Terrence doesn't have to look good.
I'm let me explain. I'm
All right,
saying
all right, all right.
he don't have to knock him out. He's gonna look good. He's gonna look good. And don't worry about it. He's going. It's just that he don't have to take the chances he would take against in those other fights. So he's gonna have his hands up. He's gonna
Mm.
pivot, like someone said. He's gonna pivot. He's gonna hit. And what's
So you
Canelo's
don't think
gonna
he
be
gonna
chasing?
dominate at 168? Is that what you're
I
saying? You
think
don't think he gonna dominate?
I'm
This
rooting for
no,
Terrence, just so everybody
no,
knows,
no.
bro. I'm rooting
Yo,
for the
yo, let
USA
let
guy,
Same here.
Cause,
always.
cause, cause Marty asked you if you thought he was gonna dominate, and you have yet to answer that. Do you think he gonna dominate or not?
Yes, he will dominate.
Okay, then.
Did
Thank you.
you?
Okay, okay.
Thank you. That's
Did you?
it.
Did,
Hold on.
did
let
you?
him finish, yo. Ho, ho, ho.
Dominate.
Let Terrence Best finish
Dominate.
yours finish, y'all.
Let me explain why.
Go
Y'all
ahead, go ahead,
y'all
go ahead,
remember?
Terrence Best.
Y'all remember when he fought the kid that he knocked out, but he was getting pieced up. It's going to be the same thing. He's going to be pieced up, except
What?
Bud is not getting knocked out. Wait, what was he fighting when he got pieced up and the kid got knocked out because he got a little too overconfident?
You talking about the
Um,
Kavaskas fight?
Khan. When
Oh,
Khan was piecing him up, that's what Bud's going to do, piece him up, but he's not getting knocked out. See, the only way he wins the fight is a knockout. And like now he said he's 6 rounds up. Now if he's getting pieced up and beat up, even Bivol, he was 6 rounds down on Bivol, but they gave it to Bivol because he dominated so thoroughly. It was no way they could cheat him. And this is the same thing with Bud. Bud's gonna dominate him
So
easily, so
I got a
easily that there's no way
Wow.
that they can
so
that
I got
they're
a
gonna be
question.
able to.
I got a
Sure,
question for you. Hold on. I got a
What up,
question for you, right?
Terrence?
sure.
I got a question for you. So you
Mm.
saying he gonna dominate Canelo? So you telling me 93 out of 433 punches thrown, he landed 93 against Mandermall.
Matt,
If he lands
and
them,
Matt,
hold on. If he lands those same 93, you telling me he winning in the scorecards? Hell
Yeah.
no.
what did I
Hell
say
no.
in the begin? What did I say in the beginning? It's mindset, buddy. It's mindset. When he fought Majimov, he didn't respect Majimov. He didn't. He was trying to
Huh?
knock
Hey,
Majimov out.
hey,
Are
He
you
Terrence.
wanted to knock
Hey,
that
kidding
Terrence.
man
This
out.
Dean.
me?
No, he
Terrence.
didn't.
Terrence. Let me ask
Come
Go
on,
ahead,
question,
Dean.
bro.
Terrence. This
Go
Dean.
ahead,
Terrence.
Dean. Go ahead,
Terrence.
Dean.
What's good? What's good too, OG? I hope you good and everything.
I'm
I
chilling.
hear. I hear you on what Bud going. So what's going to be Canelo Alvarez mindset?
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
mindset
Yeah.
is going to change. He's going to think. He's going to start trying to hunt Bud down. But when
Mm-hmm.
he gets cracked a couple times, he's going to think twice. He's not going to just. He
Hey,
going to find out it is not just that sweet where
Are
he
we
just
talking
going to
about
just
this
keep
fight
imagine,
attacking.
right here?
imagine,
He
I
going to
agree with
find
that though,
out.
Terrence.
He
I
going to
agree with
find
that
out
part.
it's not
let's say
that
this.
sweet. Yeah, they're not
It's not
knockout
sweet.
power punches,
Canelo got
but they are
25 more
thumping.
fights than Bud, and he's
Okay,
younger.
so what? How many cab drivers were there? Come on, we
Are
know
you
how that
dead?
Less
go,
than
Bud
brother.
Bud.
Stop.
What are
got
you
a
How
lot
talking
of
many
about?
cab
cab drivers
drivers
was it?
too.
Same with Bud. Bud fought cab drivers too.
Oh
His
my
Yeah,
machine
God.
is
bro.
trash. His
So
machine is
so
trash.
so what
John
difference does
Jeff
it make
Horn
if a
trash. Jeff
I
Horn
hate when
trash.
what
people
difference
say
does
that.
it if both
Ricky
fighters
Burns
fought?
trash.
Every one of them cab
Listen,
drivers would knock you the fuck out.
you're right. Why? So
Here
what?
you
Okay,
go.
I don't box, bro. So what difference does it make? We talking
That's the
boxing, bro.
thing. Oh, hold
Yeah,
on,
they won
All
by
right,
He
I
ain't
got
ESPN
a
mad
quick
at the
plus.
Listen
question
for
for
world.
the
the
He
he just
mad
made
fellas.
Terrence
a
thing.
valid point. He said,
Can I
"Oh,
ask a
That's what
question
the
to
difference
everybody?
is.
What does that got to
Can,
do? You
all right,
mad?
I
See,
want to
you
ask a
now you
question.
and your feelings, whoever that was.
Right, I want
We
to ask a
Yeah,
talking
he
question.
mad at the
boxing.
world, bro. Don't worry about
What?
it. He mad at the world.
What?
oh,
I
okay,
ain't
We
nobody's
talking we
mad
talking
about nothing,
boxing,
bro. And
y'all.
I'm rooting for Terrence. I'm just a fucking real boxing fan.
All
I
right,
know what
quick
the
question.
big
Nah.
good big guy does to the good little guy. I've been watching this shit for 35 plus years. I fucking participated for 10 plus years. Fuck are you talking about?
All right, quick
Like, bro,
question then.
you can
So
the level of
He
delusion
Let me
from
he
ask
you
don't know what
Terrence
he
everybody.
guys
talking
is
about.
Hold on, hold on.
unprecedented.
He don't
You
know
So
what
don't
he
let
know
me
what
talking
ask
you're
y'all
about.
this
talking
All right,
about.
question.
let me
You
So
ain't
ask
let me
never
ask
everybody
y'all.
fucking
this.
thrown a
He
punch
So
in your
look,
life.
don't know
let
what
me
he
ask y'all
talking
this
about.
question.
He don't know what he
This
talking
Yeah, shut
look, look,
up.
look,
You're
look,
a
look.
Bud
What's up,
Crawford
Manager
pole
Marty?
smoker. The
All right,
dude with
look.
the light blue jacket.
Hold on, y'all.
Fucking
Let Manager
goofy.
Marty
Chill,
go, y'all.
D1. Chill, D1. I got it. I got it. I got a question. I need everybody to give me 30 seconds on this. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna go around the panel. This is a very important question. Canelo Alvarez, according to a lot of people that was here earlier in the live chat, before a lot of y'all came up here, I spoke on it when what's his name came up, the first guy, Paul Counter came up, right? I
mm-hmm.
want to hear your perspective, 30 seconds or less. Canelo Alvarez is slow on his feet, but Terrence Crawford has the reach advantage at 74 inches. Will that play into Terrence Crawford being able to land his target and basically dominate Canelo Alvarez? I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna go around. Will it be a problem for Canelo Alvarez, who's allegedly slow on his feet, but yet Terrence Crawford has the reach advantage? Now, before I get an answer from y'all, we're gonna start from the top and work our way down. We got Lucky McKinnels who just pulled up. So I'm gonna let him get his little time, and then we're gonna go around with
Hey,
the
hey,
answer to
hey,
that
Marty,
question.
start with somebody else first, bro.
All right, all right, all right. So we're gonna go around then. Let's start with Brief, then Deem, then Jay, then D1. We go down to Rad, and then Terrence Best Videos, J Rock, and then Lucky. So is that gonna be a problem for Canelo if he's slow on his feet, but yet Terrence Crawford has the reach advantage at 74 inches? Starting with you, Brief, 30 seconds or less. What we got?
Yes, sir. I believe that Canelo is slower on his feet than Crawford. Crawford to move around. He got the reach advantage. He will be rangy, but it will be the punching power that will keep Canelo at bay, which you would normally see with a higher weight class fighter. He'd be able to pressure him and get to him. I think the power of Crawford, along with what will separate Crawford from Skull and Lawler, will be his punching power, and that's what will be lead to Canelo pressing the issue and being stopped, in my opinion.
Okay, got it. Deem, it's on you. 30 seconds or less. Canelo Alvarez is allegedly slower on his feet, but yet Terrence Crawford has the 74-inch reach advantage over Canelo. Will that play into the hands of Bud Crawford actually winning the fight?
That's Bud Crawford's best way to win the fight. Bud Crawford's best way to win the fight is to implement Bud Crawford's best way to win this fight, y'all. Do y'all remember what Paro did to Sabril Matias? If Terrence Crawford takes that same strategy and able to execute it while being able to take Canelo Alvarez's punches and things like that along the way, that's his way to win. Keep using the jab, use combination punching, step back, turning, keep it going. Terrence has to make sure he's definitely more conditioned than Canelo Alvarez, which I think he will be. But a lot, like I said, if he does that part, he could win. But as far as this his punching power stuff and all of that stuff, I seen Terrence Crawford hitting Madrimov with the kitchen sink, and it didn't affect him. So
Bingo.
I
Gotcha.
don't. So that's just my thing. I seen him hit Canelo.
Bingo.
I seen him hit Witchamaface clearly a lot, especially at the later in the fight. Manager Marty, he
Mm-hmm.
hit Canelo. He hit Madrimov a lot. He was turning it up
Facts.
on him, and he didn't drop him or nothing. So
No
All right.
there,
effect.
there we
No
go.
All right.
effect.
Good point. All right. So Jay, it's on you. Jay,
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford allegedly has, excuse me, Canelo Alvarez allegedly has slow feet, meaning that when
Mm-hmm.
he advances, he's very slow. But yet
Mm-hmm.
Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, he has the reach advantage, 74 inches. Will that
It
play
play
a part in
it put
Terrence
it plays a
Crawford
part.
having the edge to win this fight?
It plays a part. It just depends on how Crawford can use that lead hand to create distance and have range for Canelo. Because if Canelo gets in the inside, that's trouble. Because that body is going to be open. That's the sad part. I'll say this though.
Whose body gonna be open?
Terrence, because Canelo gonna get in the pocket, and that's where he wants to throw it to the body to slow Terrence down. That's how you slow a mover down, is going to the body. Then when you start throwing feints to the head, and then you start confusing them. Where you gonna go? And remember, Canelo likes to throw to the arms, not just to your body. He likes to break your arms down for 12 rounds. Can Crawford take those arm punches and counter back? What his arms gonna do when Canelo starts hitting them like Bobo did? You seen
Facts.
Bobo's arm after the fight? He pointed at it and it was red the next day. And even Bobo said it. Canelo hits harder one punch power than Better Biv. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. He hit harder than Better Biv, bro.
Bivol
That's
definitely said
dangerous.
that.
Yeah, that's dangerous, bro.
All right, so D1, you said
Oh
it's
boy.
dangerous. You said it's dangerous. You said that you have 10 years of experience. So let's get your take on this. They say that Canelo Alvarez is slow on his feet, but yet Bud has the 74-inch reach advantage over Canelo. Will that play in the hands of Crawford winning?
No, because Canelo has been the much smaller man in a lot of his fights. He's overcame reach advantages and all that in a lot of his fights. And here's what most casual boxing fans don't take into account. In an open stance here on the East Coast, we call it an open stance fight. It's a southpaw versus an orthodox. That by itself, just the stance, negates most of the reach problems somebody like Canelo would have to face. So that's another big part. And I want everybody to know I'm rooting for T-Bud. I want this kid to beat Canelo's ass. I don't think it's possible. It's too big of a jump. And I watched his last very competitive fight with Madrimov. So I don't think it'll be a problem.
All right. Terrence Best Videos is on you. Canelo Alvarez is allegedly being accused of having slow feet. His footwork is trash. I've heard that from Terrence Crawford fans. But yet on the other side of that coin, Terrence Crawford has the reach advantage. Do you think that will play a part in why Canelo will be the loser in this fight based on the two dynamics that I just mentioned?
Yeah, because he's gonna have to keep resetting. Everybody keeps thinking he's just gonna be able to plant his feet and hit Bud. No, he's not. Because time he plant his feet, Bud's gonna be moving, and changing angles on him every time and landing. So yeah, go ahead and keep coming forward. But to set your feet and punch, like to knock somebody out, you gotta have your feet planted. He can't. He's not gonna be able to do it all night. Y'all might get mad because fight me. No, bro, it's boxing. So he's gonna outbox him. He's gonna win the fight. That's simple. And if he gets sloppy, he might get knocked out. That's when they say he might get knocked out. If he gets sloppy, like just saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna go for broke," yeah, it could happen, bro. If you get hit,
Let's clarify this. 5 seconds left. Who you said might get knocked out?
I said if Canelo gets sloppy and just start chasing Bud around and not paying attention to his defense, he might get knocked out, bro. He might get knocked out. Because if you get hit in the temple, bro, it don't matter. It don't matter. You could get knocked out.
Salute to the OG Victor on the panel. Salute.
Salute to Victor.
Vic here. What's up, Vic?
Yeah. Hold on, he about to get his time.
Conti came up again? Oh
no, that ain't Conti. That's the other Victor. Conti's scared to come up here. Conti ain't come to see me no more. He done.
Please don't connect me to Conte. Please, I ain't a cheater.
Hey, J Rock, they said that Canelo Alvarez have slow feet. So when he's trying to advance towards Terrence Crawford, he's gonna be too slow. But yet Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, has a reach advantage. Will that play into the hands of Canelo losing this fight to Terrence Crawford? It's on you, J Rock. 30 seconds or less.
Hey, the reach definitely gonna play into account because in the beginning of the late rounds, he gonna keep him on the wrong side of that jab, bro. This what's gonna happen in the fight, though, man. I'm gonna tell y'all. So what's gonna happen is he gonna fill him out the first couple of rounds. This is all boxers do. Fill him out the first couple of rounds, and then what's really gonna win the fight is his punch placement. People don't give Bud enough credit for how sharp he is, man. How precise he is, bro. He precise. This what's gonna win the fight for him, and his speed. What you can't see, you know what I'm saying? you can't do nothing about it. If he can't see what he get hit with, he might go down, bro. You know what I'm saying? He might fall. But listen, to the later rounds, he's gonna take him to deep waters, bro. And you know what I'm saying, to use the old school boxing term, he's gonna take him to deep waters and drown him, fam. That's what's gonna happen, man. So there you go. I want to see each and every one of you Canelo guys back on here. Come on back, man.
Nobody's
After
Canelo
the
guy.
fight is over, after my man make history, bro. But that's what it is. But more so
Bro,
than the
we was
slow
back
feet
after
or
Earl Spence.
All right, no
We was
I got
problem.
back
you.
after
But,
Earl.
but hold on, let me say this. But more so than the reach advantage or even Canelo's slow feet, it's gonna be the speed in the precision, dog. What's gonna win my man the fight? Mark my
Bud's gonna be
words.
as fast as he
You know what
was
I'm saying?
at 54 or 47. Up at 68, gonna be as fast as he was.
He don't
Let's be honest.
he
All
don't got
right,
to
hold
be
on,
that
hold on,
fast.
wait, whoa, whoa, whoa,
He
wait,
don't
hold
got to be
on.
that fast.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait,
Man.
yeah, it's J Rock. We got it. J Rock. I got him, Vic. I got him. J Rock, we good. Lucky, you there? You
All
still
right,
there,
man.
Lucky?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. I'm gonna let you get your joint off. What's going on with you, big dog?
Ain't much, man. I'm enjoying the show, man. It's a lot of gangsters on the channel today, so I'm enjoying the show.
Well, hey, sometimes we gotta let everybody, get it off every now and then, man. Yo, quick
Yeah.
question, Lucky. Canelo Alvarez got slow feet. This is what we've been hearing from Terrence Crawford fans all week. He got slow feet. He's not going to be able to get on the inside to land any of those punches that he think he's going to land, according to some Terrence Crawford fans. But on the other side of that coin, Terrence Crawford has the reach advantage. Do you think that will play into the hands of Terrence Crawford being able to stop, or even if he don't stop him, he can dominate Canelo if Canelo's feet is slow, but yet he has a reach advantage? What's your take on that?
I think this fight can go either way. I really think it's like a 50-50 fight, and if I had to put my money on it, I'd take Canelo by split decision. Um,
Facts.
I know that his feet might be a little slow, but I wouldn't say he got slow feet. At the end of the day, Canelo gonna go in there and do what he got to do. Same way Terrence gonna do the same thing. But I give Canelo an edge where he can take the split decision.
That's a good assessment, actually, to be honest with you. It's a good
Yeah.
assessment. All right, Mr. Vic. We got somebody that's next to you, and we already know when he gets on here what he's going to say. And I'm talking about Mr. Gregory Quarterbomb, but I need you to go first because you was here before him. I saw you shaking your head every time somebody says something that you might think is outrageous. I mean, what's your take on all this, Mr. Victor?
Hey, let me tell you what my take is. Thanks for letting me up, Manager Marty. I appreciate that so much. And I want to say salute to everybody on the panel, but especially those of you that I'm very familiar with, like Terrence, my guy Terrence, and the other brother. I don't know everybody by name, but there's some familiar faces and voices up here that I'm glad that I'm in the company of, including you, Manager Marty. But here's my take. Excuse me. Slow feet. You don't need fast feet to cut the ring off. All you need is steady feet, sturdy feet, and you just need to know how to take that stride to the side, take that other stride to the other side. You don't have to be fast-footed to cut that ring off. That's one. Secondly, let me put this in here. You know, these niggas are talking about talking about Bud. I'm sorry about that nigga word. I
Hey,
apologize.
man, we talking as men tonight. You got it. Go
Okay,
ahead, big dog. Speak on it.
okay, okay. These guys are talking about uh Bud being able to do something to Canelo that he could not do to Madrimov. And by the way, gentlemen, that jab you talking about that is so miraculous, it didn't keep Madrimov off of him. And that eye was swollen. That right eye was swollen up. And how was it swollen up? Did he accidentally bump it into the motherfucking rings or something? Oh, there I go with that again. What I'm saying is Madrimov wasn't being kept
Yo,
off with that
hey,
jab.
Mr. Vic. Mr.
Yes,
Vic,
sir.
you can curse on this joint. We live. Go ahead, man. Get it off.
Okay. But Madrimov was touching Bud up with one punch, that right. And Bud didn't do anything with that jab to keep him off of him. And by the way, what's his name? J-Rock, he didn't dominate that fight because at some point or some points in that fight,
Facts.
Madrimov was backing Crawford up. And sometimes he would back up because he got punched in the face, punched in the eye. And that's why he would back up, reset as they call it. So now all of a sudden, Bud is getting ready to go up and fight this guy, Canelo. And it's that same jab that's going to keep Canelo at bay. And now, last but not least, remember you mentioned this because I could spend a lot of time on this. Remember you mentioned this. Canelo likes to hit you in the arms. Why do you think he's doing that? You think those are flagrant punches he's throwing that are meaningless and have no effect? No, he's using that. You know what he's doing? He's punching them muscles, punching them arm muscles, so that when that guy gets ready to use that so-called speed, it just won't be there because them muscles won't have that speed twitch. And he won't be able to get that speed to work because them muscles will start stiffening up and languishing, right? Becoming sore, and you won't be able to get that speed off. And last but not least, Bud is not gonna bring, just because he put on some weight and maybe increase the size of a muscle or two, gonna be able to bring Bivol stuff into that ring. I'll land it right there.
That was Mr. Vic right there. You got it, Mr. Vic. We got another OG
30
up
seconds.
here. That was we got him. We got another OG up here. He is an avid Terrence Crawford fan. He keep it real. I mean, he told me a little bit about his take yesterday, and he's here now. Mr. Greg, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Mr. Greg, we've had a lot of guys express themselves today, and I let everybody hang out. Now, I want to say something for 10 seconds before you start, Mr. Greg, because I know you laugh every single time that I bring this up. But I figured since I've been laying back all for the last 2 hours, I figured if I could just get this 10 seconds before you go, Mr. Greg, at least I can let y'all know that just go and look at your screen. Man, just go and look at it. Don't forget about it now. Just go and look at your screen. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
Manager Marty,
I ain't
you
even
out of
gonna say it.
pocket.
That's all I'm
You
gonna say.
out of pocket, Manager Marty.
That's all I'm gonna say. All right, go ahead, Mr. Greg. Go ahead, you got it, Mr. Greg.
Hey, I see everybody had the best and the nines out tonight. I mean, this morning, I should say. Hey, Deem and Lucky, and salute to all of you all. What I gotta say a little bit, I'll be very fast. To me, this fight comes down to
Salute to
power
you, OG.
versus intelligence. Who is going to have what power will Canelo be able to use against Bud, and how intelligently will he use it? Same thing with Bud. One of them are going to be better at something than the other, which will win them the fight. I don't think there'll be any knockouts, period. That's my opinion. I don't think there's going to be any more knockouts. But I have to also look at both fighters' careers, how they fought. Everybody has been a little bit different when they've gotten in the ring with him, and he's been different as well. He did not look good with Madrimov. So, okay. So what? That's how I feel about that. Canelo has arguably lost 4 times throughout his career. Officially 2, because I think he lost the first Triple G. I think he lost the Laura as well. But that's an argument. That's why I say
agree, Mr. Greg.
So what I'm looking at is each one of those losses has been for the same reason. He gets outboxed. Canelo isn't Superman, and the boxing is his kryptonite. But Bud doesn't walk on water either, but he sure can swim. And that's what we have to look at.
Say that again, Mr. Greg. I love that. Say that again.
I said Bud don't walk on water, but he certainly can swim. And Canelo looks like Superman, but boxing is his kryptonite. Those are things you got to look at. Bud prepares brilliantly. And I'm sure Canelo has to now. And Bud, I said it yesterday, Bud's already got in Canelo's head, because why you think Boots and Canelo's can't? Because Canelo recognizes what his big weakness is that he gets outboxed. So you got the guy who probably gonna be the superstar at 154 and 160 in Boots. So you bring him in now because that's who everybody, a lot of people have said Bud has actually been ducking. So Boots is a switch hitter. Bud is not actually a switch hitter. I agree with it that he changes stances, but that's a subtle difference. Is Canelo prepared? Is being prepared for that? I believe so. So that's where it comes down to how you're going to use your skills and your power with intelligence. Bud has to recognize what his weaknesses is because he does get hit. Will he be able to stand up to Canelo's punches? We won't know till fight night. Will Canelo be able to land a lot of the power shots on Bud? And will Bud be able to take them? We won't know that either. I done seen in the chats, and we argued about this before about the gloves. Let me say it again. Unless I hope Bud uses horsehair gloves to be quite honest, because Canelo has bigger hands, but Bud's hands are harder, which is why most fighters don't even use the horsehair gloves because their hands are not strong enough to stand up to. Because the horsehair gloves, you're gonna feel those knuckles. And if Bud is more accurate than Canelo, I think what he should be targeting is Canelo's temple. He should be trying to punch Canelo in the chest to make it tighten up and go to the body, which will require him to take some risk. Canelo likes to hit you on the arms and the hips and so forth. Some of it I think is strategy, but some of it I think is frustration when he's being outboxed. He got to hit something, and that's what he'll do because Canelo does not really like to box. He likes to fight. That's in him. Bud will have to contain himself because if you hit Bud, he gonna want to get that get back. And the only way you're gonna be able to stand in there with a known power puncher is you got enough power to make him respect you, and you can take the punch that you get hit. But I don't think Bud is gonna stand there and try to get hit. Who tries to get hit by Canelo? Canelo's never been knocked out. I have seen Canelo really even be really, really hurt other than the fights with Triple G. And that was a very few times. So you have to be smart in how you hit him. You have to be accurate in where you hit him. Stop trying to hit him on the chin. Canelo is built like a tank. He has a thick neck, so you're not snapping it back. And he has strong legs, so he's going to be able to stand. That's one of the gifts that Canelo has physically. But those same things that he has is what causes him to have the slow feet. But as a man said, you don't have to have fast feet. You have to just have steady feet. But can he get close enough to be able to land those punches on Bud? See, Bud is much more fluid on his feet.
And we shall see. We definitely shall see.
That's what we should look for. We should look at how intelligent each fighter fights.
Yep. We got Lil Moon 215 here. This is also his first time coming on the platform. We had a lot of guys who came up here for the first time, and I'm so excited, man. Lil Moon 215, you hear what's going on. Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, brother. What's your take on all this, man?
I think that Bud is going to win the fight. I think he's going to win by decision or TKO stoppage. Now
hold before you. I want to make sure we clear. That's why everybody that say this, I stop them right in their track. I want to make sure that nobody get confused. Are you saying that Terrence Bud Crawford can knock out or technically knock out Canelo?
Technically knockout, I believe.
Meaning the referee will step in and stop the fight, knock him out.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I think that's possible. I don't think it's the biggest possibility, but we definitely it's a fight. So with the right punch, like he did to Kell Brook, timed at the right time, he could that's a punch that could hurt any man.
Anything's possible in boxing.
Now, it was a man named Henry Armstrong in 1938 who moved up 3 weights from the featherweight division to the welterweight division and defeated that man. So he was able to move up 21 pounds and take the power of another man. Maybe Terrence Crawford can as well.
All right, that's a good perspective. I'm going to tell everybody this right now. And I'm going to say it right now because I figure I might as well just go and get it out now. If Terrence Crawford knocked Canelo down, if Terrence Crawford knocked Canelo out, if Terrence Crawford allowed the referee to step in and wave this fight off, you best believe on Monday morning, I guarantee it, you're going to see this on your screen. Go on and look at it. I'm telling y'all right. I'm telling y'all this right now. I'm
That's
telling y'all that right
offending.
now.
Hey, Marty, isn't that what it's supposed to do? That's what it's supposed
Listen,
to do.
That's
I'm just
exactly
saying.
what it's
Listen,
supposed
I'm
to
not
do,
saying.
Mr.
That's
Hear,
J.
what it's
hear,
gonna do.
hear me out. I'm not saying if Terrence Crawford wins because I need to see how he wins. I'm the expert in seeing whose performance is enhanced. But if he knock Canelo down or out or TKO, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna see this on your screen. I'm telling you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh,
You're
Manager
gonna
Marty, can I
see it
say this
Monday
to you,
morning on
Manager
your
Marty?
screen.
Let me tell you this. If
Hey, Manager
Canelo got
Marty, if Canelo Alvarez win, all I'm saying is if he knocked Bud out, I'm talking about we see Bud look like Pacquiao out there. All I'm gonna say is, let me be honest with y'all. The reason why I give it to Bud, I gave Bud a 35% chance, because yes, Bud is going to have that snack. But Canelo got me Mo and that horse meat. Lord have mercy. And he gonna be, listen, I guarantee you Canelo is in Mexico. He in Mexico. Do you understand? Canelo is gonna, all I'm saying is
Trying to
September
do the raw
13th, it's
level.
gonna be all types of things inside that ring. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, hold on, Dean. I gotta say this. Hold on, Dean. Victor Conti, who's in the camp of Terrence Crawford and the snack program, he exonerated. He exonerated Canelo
Victor
Alvarez.
Akanti can't exonerate nobody for me, Manager
Hey.
Marty. I
Yeah.
see Mimo and they whole camp. That's all I know. I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
nothing
I didn't
else.
see. I didn't see. I
That's a
didn't.
fact.
Hold on. Me personally, I didn't see Memo in this camp because y'all know I will call that out. I didn't see it.
All
But
right.
if I do see it, y'all know I'm gonna call it out
Well,
because I've done research on all three of those guys: Victor Conti, Alex Ariza, and Memo. I'll call it right out. But I just want people to know when I say exonerate, let me be clear. He used that word, not me. Um,
facts.
Victor used the word exonerated because the fact that Canelo Alvarez, he got his hair tested, and of course Vada also exonerated Canelo Alvarez by stating he didn't intentionally cheat. I just wanted to put that out there so nobody won't run with the narrative and not know what's going on.
Do
That's
you
that's what
believe him,
happened.
Marty? Do you believe him?
Say that again.
Do you believe him,
Who?
Victor?
Victor or Canelo?
No, Victor. Didn't
Yes.
Victor? Okay, that's what I was asking. Victor was the same person that said we shouldn't believe him, or we should be suspicious of him.
I'm still suspicious of Victor Conti. I
I
mean, everybody knows
like
that.
to say this.
Right.
That as good as a man's character is, only the creator can know a man's intentions.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Mr. Mr.
I'm in
Greg, I
full
don't believe him, Mr.
I'm
Greg,
in,
at
I
all.
don't
I'm in
need.
full listen, I'm in full agreement with that part. The thing that I want everybody to understand is that when we talk about Canelo, I just want to be clear. Canelo tested positive for a banned substance on the prohibited banned substance list known as clenbuterol. Okay? Terrence Crawford did not test positive for a banned substance that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know if Terrence Crawford tested. I have to say that too now, because y'all know how I am. So
Right.
I can't sit up there and compare the fact that Canelo Alvarez actually tested positive for a banned substance, but I don't have proof that Terrence Crawford also tested positive. I can't put them in the same boat with that because I don't know if Terrence Crawford tested positive for any banned substance. Because VADA didn't place Canelo on their website. And according to that little last documentation that Victor Conti posted and published, we saw that the dates were in discrepancy. So we can't use that. I don't know about Terrence, so I won't bring him in this, but I can't put the fact that Terrence Crawford did something wrong when Canelo actually tested positive. I can't put them all in this. I can't put them in all consciousness and integrity. I can't put them both in the same boat only because Canelo actually did test positive. Now, he was exonerated by the testing agency because his hair samples were also tested. And of course, it said that basically the trace amounts of the clenbuterol that was in his system was not the intent to actually cheat, just like the same guy, Victor Conti, and I put this tweet up a couple weeks ago, where he exonerated Ryan Garcia by saying that it's likely that the supplements that Ryan Garcia got tested, which came back, that those supplements that Ryan Garcia sent in, it came back that it actually was tested, and it came back that it had ostarine in them. So he exonerated Ryan Garcia.
Hey
So
Marty, I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah,
What
come on with
what
it.
what, what was the company that put out the products that Ryan used?
I don't remember actually. I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah. And one other thing, do you know yet whether both of them have been tested? Both Terrence and Canelo, have they been tested yet?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I will tell you this, Mr. Gregg,
Mhm.
when they do get tested, and this goes for Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr., we don't know how many times the snack fighters get tested, but we sure know their opponent's gonna get tested more than them.
I have an interesting point to bring up, gentlemen. Listen, I think I know why Floyd Mayweather cooked Canelo even as bad as he did. Listen, have you noticed that nowadays nobody does Olympic style drug testing anymore? And the moment that all these great fighters took Olympic style drug testing with Floyd Mayweather, where there is basically no way to finesse, they look average.
Mm.
I agree with that. That's hey. Let me see my man name right there. Hey, Lil Moon. This is what I've been talking about for years now. That should happen with VADA. And you said Olympic style testing, which is from USADA, which is 24/7, 365 testing. I need somebody to mute their phone. 365, 24/7 testing. So I don't know if Canelo or Terrence have been tested right now. I know Victor Conti put that little paperwork up, with Vada's letterhead on it, and it said, Terrence Crawford was tested, and it also said the word negative. But we know, obviously, because those dates have been obviously, whether it be intentional or unintentional, they were manipulated. And it goes to show that that document is subject to human error because a person is sitting behind a computer actually typing that in. And that's why I asked for Victor Conti and the snack fighters and whoever else get tested through VADA to do something different. And that is not relying on that little piece of paper no more. Go to the labs, and the labs send these athletes the actual test results with the letterhead of the labs on there, and the document shows the date that the original biological specimens were collected. It actually shows when the actual athletes were tested, and it actually shows what they were tested for, and it actually shows the actual results of the test. Why not post that up opposed to just a piece of paper that can say Vada's letterhead and somebody can type on there? But Victor Conti said to the audience, to the boxing community, to everybody that's on X, formerly known as Twitter, in the whole world, who is manager Marty to make this type of request. He said it will never ever happen. So how can he then ask for full transparency? That's full transparency when you are publishing the actual test results directly from the lab, and we haven't seen anyone do that just yet. So until somebody do that, I don't know who tested and what they tested for. I don't know. Anybody can be tested negative, but for what? For what? So to me, that's not full transparency, and I'm working on changing the complexion of how we do that in boxing moving forward.
Hey Marty,
Who
Marty,
who
can you
that?
hear me?
Who that? Who that?
It's Benson, champ. Can you hear me?
Benson, how you doing, brother?
Man, thank you for having me on the show, man. I wanted to chime in real quick. You know, a lot of times that you speak, Earl
Me?
Earl Spence never shied away from speaking about Victor Conte and Terrence Crawford relationship. So a lot of times we take these angles, right, with things that we are suspicious of. Because I'm suspicious too. I'm right there with you, bro. But Earl Spence also was beefing with them. I think what's being also misunderstood is Earl Spence was not only beefing with Victor Conte and Terrence Crawford, he was beefing with Antonio Tarver, Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, and the rest of the people who associated with steroids. I mean, his tweets with Earl saying, yo, anybody can get on steroids a year or two and then cut down weight and come, why would you associate with a well-known? Did you ever notice Terrence them never said nothing, but they wanted to come in about you. Victor wanted to come in about you, but you never disputed Earl. Earl made countless tweets about them. They never disputed it. They never came at him. What I'm trying to say is, right, what I think, right, because I've been on this for about 6 years, man. 6 years, man. Listen, I think, right, there's an alumni, right? We know it is, right? I think that they all plotted against that boy, man, because he was trying to do something that was never done. And what they did was, as alumni, they all gathered against him and worked towards trying to tear him down. You understand? It
You talking
wasn't
about Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence?
Earl Spence. They all
Okay.
plotted against him. It wasn't just Terrence. It's an alumni. And when you go back and you look at it, right, you see all of the people that was with Terrence. It's all on footage. Andre was Andre. I think Andre. I'm just saying this because it's I need to say it. I think Andre is who introduced him to Victor Conte. And Bomac said, "Cool, Bomac, you know what's going on. You know what's going on, Bomac. But your boy Andre is who turned you on to the Smack Man. But you had to get permission from oh boy Daddy, right? Because we know
Nah,
who
bro,
Daddy
we know who turned them on. It's Shaw Porter.
Yeah, you
That was
had to go
Sean.
and get because oh boy messed with the Smack Man too.
That was
So
Sean.
now that we get into the Smack Man, right? What I'm saying is my problem is this guy, right? The Smack Man, right? He's turned down boxers' credibility because he keeps wanting to attach himself to them. Dude, you're 75 years old. Sit your old ass down somewhere. Why you got to force? Other guys, they don't want to mess with me because they don't want their names to be said. Means like you got a problem with that. I'm talking about interviews that don't got nothing to do with you. He has other interviews when he was released, right? Dude, you still want to mention people names like Barry Bonds. Man, leave Barry Bonds alone. If you gonna talk about Barry Bonds, talk about Mark McGwire. Stop bringing up old stuff, bro, because you're trying to validate that with something new. When you say, I work with certain guys, and there's certain guys that don't work with me, but they have to work with me. Yo, you're saying in my face, you're telling me you're working with them. You're not denying it. You're saying I'm working with them. So this guy's right. He's willing to tear down. Oh, you made history, but you made history with me. I made you make history. Why you can't just play the background, dude? We know you messed with him, but man, just shut up. Why you keep on talking, man? I'm saying these are all things that make me continue to raise flags when talking about the old man. Man, you're 75 years old. Why you doing this, man? These babies, man. You done already tore up some more people. Why you got to keep attaching to their history? You want us to know about old boy and his daddy? Hey, man, I'm just saying I don't want to bring his name up. He done good for himself. You understand? I ain't trying to tear him and his daddy down. You understand? That's why he's saying their name. But you had to get permission from them. Why? Because they worked with you probably before that Keith Thurman fight and that Danny Garcia fight. And that's probably why they got that belt. And what I'm trying to say is it's a bunch of them got belts because they work with you. What I'm saying is, so what? My problem is there was a young man who stood up against anti-doping, and his name's Earl Spence. And he was a man amongst men. And y'all figured out a way to tear that boy down. And you beat him half to death in that goddamn ring. And you really think, right, you're going to get the credibility, right, from people like me who I love Terrence, but I saw what you did. And I don't respect that, dog. And if you can't clean that shit up and you keep on sending letters that's got misprint dates, first of all, that's another red flag. If you making millions of dollars, how you making mistakes with dates? I'm cool with if you made a mistake, but at the end of the day, that ain't our responsibility to care about if y'all clarify it. First of all, we the one caught it. Y'all wouldn't go say a damn thing if we wouldn't have said nothing. We could have read that and been like, yeah, they just said this and don't say nothing about the date. They wouldn't go say, oh, technically that was the wrong date. If it wasn't us specifying it, they was gonna leave it alone. I'm just trying to say, man, to me, right? as a fan, as an analyst, I feel bad watching what they did to Earl, man. They all plotted against him. You understand what I'm saying? To tear that boy down. And I don't know why, but I think it's because he stood up against anti-doping, man. That's all I want to talk about.
Yeah, man,
Can I
that's a
say
good
something?
perspective.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
yeah. Go ahead.
All right. I got a couple things I wanted to speak on that relate to what he's saying. First, I do think Errol Spence definitely got tricked out of his position, but not by like some secret alumni. I think this came down to, like you said, Errol Spence seemed like he got a good character as a man. I think he saw the value in Terrence Crawford that he saw himself, and he put business to the side for a moment, and that cost Errol Spence. I don't think that was a conspiracy. I think Errol Spence was a decent man, and it cost him. Uh, in terms of the doping, I'm gonna go with what manager Marty said. He basically spoke on everything. It's like we don't really have proof of anybody unless they tested dirty. But once again, we're not doing Olympic style drug testing. And then one final thing I wanted to bring up is that another thing I noticed, because the way I found boxing was I originally found it through Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather is the highest grossing athlete in boxing history. So one thing I did notice is that it became more of a spectacle once Floyd came, because I also went back and watched boxing history because I just love to learn. And I realized that Nick Khan, who is one of the head of WWE Entertainment, he's involved in this fight. This fight could go to a draw, gentlemen. It could be a spectacle to bring in hundreds of millions of dollars. Both gentlemen will win in that scenario. Terrence Crawford gets all the publicity and a big payday. Canelo gets a payday, and then he still has, 2-3 fights left with Turkey Al Sheik? That's
Hey,
just possibility. That's good
can I
business.
say this, y'all? My biggest problem with everything, y'all, and this is just when it comes to this whole Victor thing. Everybody be like, y'all attacking Bud and y'all doing this and y'all doing that. Jermell Charlo been speaking about this. Y'all ignored Jermell Charlo, Hall of Fame fighter. Gervonta Davis said, get that snack shit out of here. Y'all ignored Gervonta Davis and just let him say it. Or just didn't take him, ain't listen to him. And then people be sitting up here defending Victor on panels, content creators, never met Victor Conte a day in your life. But when Andre Berto, who actually worked with Victor Conte, actually knows the man, actually was in the snack program, when he tell you about Victor, y'all ignore it. Is they hating? When Shane Mosley tells you about Victor, Hall of Fame fighter, they hating too, huh? That's my biggest problem. When Brian Norman Jr. asked Sean Porter about the things me and manager Marty be speaking about, and then he agrees after being with Victor and Terrence and Victor Conte and the snack program and all that, there's no backlash. But for some reason, when panelists and content creators speak on it, or manager Marty, who is in the business, I might add,
That's fact.
speak on it, it's a problem though. Y'all hating on Bud and Devin. I'm a Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez fan. I'm highly suspicious of him too. Coming in the ring at 130, 130, 35. Nobody says nothing. They don't care. Why? Because you said that you like them. So that's why they don't care. But if I tell you I'm not a fan of them and I had those same suspicions, then it's a problem. When I say I love David Benavidez, that's my guy. But y'all know who in his camp too.
Yes,
But when I
sir.
say that, I'm wrong for saying, but it's all good when I say it about David Benavidez, it's perfectly fine. Virgil Ortiz, boots ducking Virgil. Nobody cares that Virgil Ortiz is with the snack program now, do they? Nope, they don't. They don't. If you said that, wouldn't nobody even care? Where I'm getting that manager Marty into the panel is, don't get mad at us for having an opinion or being suspicious. When you don't know Victor or Terrence or Devin or any of these fighters or anything, but then Hall of Fame fighters, Olympic athletes can tell you this. Netflix could go spend millions of dollars on documentaries just to find out this information. And then, he's a changed man. How do you know that? Have you spoke to Victor Conte? You know Victor Conte? You in the snack program? You ever dealt with him? You a fighter? You been there? You been to his gym? You been in the hyperbolic chamber? You know what supplements he's giving Terrence Crawford and other individuals? Oh, you know? No, you don't. Nobody has no reason, rhyme, or reason to tell me that Victor Conte is different. One thing I know about people like Victor Conte that's narcissists is they thrive on doing the same thing. Freeway Ricky Ross got out of jail before, and he said the only thing that was on his mind was becoming the biggest drug dealer again. That was it. And if all of us got friends and family, and we know convicts, a lot of them feel that way, who have done a lot more time than Victor Conte, I might add. So forget what me and manager Marty said. Y'all not gonna listen to Jamel, Javante Davis, Berto, Shane Mosley. They crazy. Sean Porter. Everybody crazy, huh? When Keith Thurman say Devin Haney coming in 25 pounds over the weight limit is just fucking asinine. Keith Thurman don't know nothing about boxing now, huh?
Yeah, but when
It's not
Andre
just us
Berto
that
says that
feel
shit,
that way, y'all. But other boxers feel that way. Boxers at the top of the sport feel that way. So I don't see nobody saying anything when it comes to them feeling the same exact way. And I just land my plane there.
Let me respond real quick. Let me respond
that
to
was
this.
facts.
Let me respond to this. And I mean all of what I'm about to say in full sincerity, including all the names that you just named, Dean, all the boxers you named, Sugar Shane, Jamel Charlo, Javante Tank Davis. Here's the thing.
Berto too. Don't leave Berto out.
Andre Berto, who recently spoke on it, right? Sean Porter. All of these guys that was just mentioned, all of them have come across this platform. When it comes to this snack program and Victor Conte and Vada, and I have to say this, and I did a world tour making sure that people are reminded that I stand alone. And all of the research that I have conducted for the past 15 years, of course, obviously, all of this was off of YouTube before I got here when I talk about my research. But nobody else can ever deserve more credit than me. I'm not saying that to get a pat on the back. I'm not saying that to get any credit. But nobody, because the work I put in, forget accolades. I don't care about the praises of men. I'm talking about the work that was put in. Most people know more about these three topics and subject matters, including professional boxers, active and inactive or retired, because of the work I put in. And that's the reason why I get more of the backlash. And I talked to Mr. Greg about this yesterday. I get more backlash than everybody else. It's only one reason why. Because they know I know. So just as much as Birdo and those guys are behind the scenes in the business, so am I.
Facts.
Timothy Bradley said, when I did that video proving that Shakur Stevens' performances have been enhanced since he's been with Snack and Victor Conte, Timothy Bradley says, I hope you get sued, manager Marty. But long and behold, 6 months after he said that, you can find Tim Bradley on his own content, in his own lives, in his own videos, with Snack product, talking about how much it works. Nearly 2 weeks after he told the Snack fighters to run away from Snack when the paperwork came up with the inconsistent dates on there. What I'm getting at is very simple. When I first put all of this on the map and went public with all of the information, started 2 years ago, a lot of people criticized me. A lot of people didn't believe. A lot of people doubted. And some people actually thought that I was wrong for even speaking on it. But long and behold, 2 years later, it's one of the hottest and most talked about topics on YouTube today in boxing. So if anybody deserves any kind of accolades, and I don't care about them and I don't want them, but if anybody, thank you, Victor, for always giving me my flowers so I can smell them. Thank you, man. If anybody deserves a nod to say, if it wasn't for you, manager Marty, I wouldn't have known all of this. And that's why I didn't just come and feed you all of the information in one sitting. I gave it to you clip after clip, video after video, live after live, and I used recent current events. I waited until after Terrence Crawford fought Errol Spence. I didn't say anything about it beforehand, but after he fought him, that was his third fight with the snack program. So it's not just about snack when I call this out. I called Brian Norman Jr. out. Watch this. Called him out
It's
on
not
his
one
third
of the
fight.
beats.
And you seen what happened, right? And a half hour after the show went off when he knocked Jen Sasaki out, I was here live. Some of y'all was on my channel. Y'all remember this. And I showed y'all pictures of the bumps on his back. And I showed y'all pictures of the bumps that's on David Benavidez's back. And the bumps that's on his face. And the bumps that was on Clarissa Shields' face. And the bumps that's on Alicia Baumgartner's face. When your favorite content creators, they was giving Alicia Baumgartner a pass when she tested positive. You know what they said? Oh, she's sexy. Oh, she's cute. I'm not going to speak on this. We're going to give her the benefit of the doubt, but not Manager Marty. And
She
guess
is
what?
sexy, Manager Marty, but go
She, I
ahead.
mean, I'm not going to lie, she is sexy. But that's Des Bryant's girl, I think. But that's Des Bryant's girl. But what I'm trying to get at is this. I spoke about this topic when it was very unpopular. When people were unpopular, when they was uncomfortable speaking on it. Content creators was some of them were scared. I'm talking about they were scared. They wouldn't even touch on it. Most people apologized to Terrence Crawford when he beat Errol Spence. They said, "I'm sorry, Terrence Crawford. I said you was going to lose." Guess what? Manager Marty stood 10 toes down. I ain't apologized for nothing because I know what I saw. And I have to say this because this is as equally as important. I'm going to show y'all something on your screen to show you how long I've been talking about this. Go and look at your screen. Bam, here it is right here. The title says Crawford performance is highly suspicious. This was August the 6th, 2023. I start talking about it literally on the 3rd, 3 or 4 days after Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence actually fought. But I went live. Here it is on your screen right there. Go and do your research. August 6th, 2023 is in my title. Guess what I didn't know was going to happen 2 weeks later? Netflix dropped a documentary. Netflix dropped a documentary 2 weeks after I did this live. 3 days after I put up a video with Terrence Crawford's trainer, as y'all can call him, strength and conditioning coach or nutritionist or whatever you want to say, Victor Conti. He spoke on Mario Barrios and Tank Davis testing, and it was an old video from 2021. 3 days after that, Tank Davis goes and tweet, "Get that snack ish out of boxing." That's what Tank Davis said. But Tank Davis fought Mario Barrios in 2021, and Mario Barrios was on snack, and he had the snack logo on his trunks. Guess what? He never mentioned anything about it. The point that I'm really driving home is I've made people believe in something that was overlooked in boxing for the last 13 years. And now people are suspicious. And it's gotten so big, which is unbeknownst to me. I didn't know it was going to get this big, y'all. That I've been trying to reach out to Margaret
Yes,
Goodman,
you did, Manager Marty. Don't
the
tell that kid.
CEO. No, actually, I didn't. The
That's
CEO
fact.
of VADA. Now, she used to respond to my text messages and my phone calls before and after I interviewed her in March of 2024. But when I start exposing the fact
She
that
stopped.
there's no such thing as 24/7, 365 VADA testing, I can't get a phone call. And I also have to say this because this is as equally as important. And some people might take this the wrong way, and you know I don't care. The whole time, Dean was here, Lucky McKinnell was here, Mr. Greg was here on the panel a lot of times. Two Cents Boxing was on the panel a lot of times. When I start talking about Snack, Victor, and Vada, Rachel Donaire was here on the panel. She never opened her mouth. She was in my live chat. She never opened her mouth. Video after video. She never said, "Manager Marty, I don't think you should talk about this. Manager Marty, you don't know what you're talking about. Manager Marty, I'm going to give you some pushback on this." Not once. Mr. Greg, you still here?
I think he left.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
I mean, I was just on mute.
Mr. Greg, am I right about what I'm saying or am I
You're
wrong?
100% correct.
So now all of a sudden now, when I wouldn't send Victor my long form of the video so they can rehearse what he wanted to say the second time he came up. Now all of a sudden it becomes a problem. So what I'm trying to really get at is that two things is my point. When we talk about Snack, Victor, Conti, and Vada, just those three topics, please make sure, not Charles on the panel, I'm talking about anybody that's listening to me live or live in color, boxer, retired, active, inactive, whoever, manager, promoter, they all know who I am. Put some respect on the work that I put in. You ain't even got to
I
say my
give
name no
you
more.
credit every time, bro. I
And
make sure.
I respect the fact that D1 definitely always give me my credit. Respect that. Deem, you give me my credit too. But what I'm trying to really get at is I've exposed something that people can now say they have tangible evidence. When they see it, you know what it is. Now I'm gonna say this because Victor loves this. I'm talking about not Conti. I'm talking about the Victor that's on this panel. He loved this. This is one of his favorite videos. When I showed y'all the rounds that when these snack fighters compete in these rounds, you start seeing the resurgences of the power in round 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 10. Am I right, Mr. Victor? Am I right?
I think you muted, brother.
No, he put up the OK sign though.
Okay.
You see what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
100%. That
So,
shit's
I'm right there
perfect.
with you. I'm
After
right
they
there with you,
cut
man.
30 pounds.
100%.
so a lot of people didn't see the trend. They didn't see the behavior patterns. And they didn't know that when Victor was up here talking to me, not once, but twice, I kept my poker face on. But I knew 7 times he lied to me because I counted every time. I knew it. But I did not say anything right away because of the fact that if I would have said something and blew my cover, y'all wouldn't know the information you know today. So I had to sit there and wait until it was all over and give y'all video after video, clip after clip, information after information. And guess what? Now everybody knows. And so all I'm saying is this. If you are a Terrence Crawford fan, and I leave us with this. If you are a Terrence Crawford fan and you believe in your heart that Terrence Crawford is going to win, in your keys to victory, I encourage you to please add in the fact that his performance will be enhanced in this fight like it was in the last 4. Don't leave that part out and get mad at me. Don't leave that part out and get mad at Dean. Don't leave that part out and get mad at 2 Cents. Don't leave it out. Don't leave it out when people start talking. Don't leave it out because see, if you leave it out, what you're doing is you're undermining Victor's work because Victor wanted to get credit for all of it. So all I'm
That's
saying
fact.
is if they called that man, this comes with it. The suspicion come with it. You could have called any other dietitian, but you called him. You could have called any other nutritionist. And by the way, Chris Algieri is certified as a nutritionist. I don't know if people know that. But anyway, you could have called anybody else, but you chose to call Victor Conti. And Mr. Greg is the one who gave the alley-oop to the channel when he asked me through a super chat to ask Victor Conti, who called who? Did you call Terrence Crawford, Victor, or did Terrence Crawford call you? And Victor Conti spilled it out. And he told us what the conversation was. Now, whether he was lying or not, I don't know. But Terrence Crawford still have yet to dispute it. All I'm saying is that these guys and their trainers, who are also they are also complicit. They called Victor Conti. They called him. So if you call him
On purpose.
that's right, on purpose, and now people are suspicious based on my videos and my information that I put out there on Snack and Victor and Vada, don't get mad at me. Anybody that's Terrence Crawford fans that say I'm hating, I respect your opinion. But this is what you got to realize. You can't get mad at my reaction and not address Terrence Crawford's actions. You can't get mad at my reaction and not address Devin Haney's actions. Their action was they called the biggest cheater in sports history. So my reaction is, let me discover what they called him for. Because they don't know the 15 years of research I've conducted. And there's still information that I have in the vault that I still haven't released just yet. So my question becomes, if Terrence Crawford can tell Victor Conti, this is their words, not mine, This is Terrence. I know what it is that you do. I know your history. I know exactly what it is that you do. You don't have to sell me on anything. I want in. If he can say that, and all we know is one thing about Victor Conti's history: cheating. We don't know nothing about his history. So all I'm saying is this: if Terrence Crawford told that man, you ain't got to sell me on nothing, I want in, and people are suspicious, regardless of whether it's from my content or not, that's not the point. Don't get mad at the people suspicious. You should go get mad at your favorite fighter for calling him, because all of it comes with it. And Victor Conti been telling us for years, if anybody should be suspicious of him, it should be everybody. So I'm not making the show about Snack, but I'm leaving Terrence Crawford with this and his fans. If he go in there and dominate the way I've been hearing Terrence Crawford fans say, make sure, because when he did it with Spence, y'all still had excuses, but just make sure now you give Snack the credit. Don't get mad at me because I use the word enhanced performance. Because if you look at your screen, go on and look at it now, you're going to see on the Instagram page of Snack, it specifically says, Victor Conti Sports Nutrition Company. Snack offers products that improve your level of fitness, help lose fat, build muscle, and enhance performance. So if it enhances performance, don't get mad at me. This is what it does. It works. Snack works. Now, if Terrence Crawford looked different, we can come back and say he looked different. It's okay. But if he dominate the way y'all saying he going to knock Canelo out, he going to run through Canelo, he going to knock him down and do all of this, you still got to give Snack their credit. Because at the end of the day, the Snack program works.